Hey, 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 hey. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome. Good to
Uh,
see you guys. It is Sunday and it's me and Angie.
Keeping
And
it
we're
real.
keeping it real. We are sure keeping it real today. Today is Sunday. You know what? I was thinking today was the night. I changed my numbers calendar and I put it on night, thinking today was the night, not knowing today was actually the 8th.
Oh yeah, it is because tomorrow's the holiday.
What kind of holidays tomorrow?
It's Columbus Day, I think.
Ah, that's not a holiday.
Well, they're not mail's not running, banks ain't gonna be open or nothing.
I know. I totally forgot all about that, you know.
I know all the holidays because I always worked for. I had a government job
Hmm.
or a banking job. I always had the type of job that I only got paid once a month. I never had a job that paid every two
Weekly
weeks or
or
weekly. It
2 weeks.
was always once a month. Always.
Yeah. I when I was in England, I get paid at the end of the month, so I got used to having. Actually, my first job, I was getting paid. Yeah, it was once a month when I was teaching. It was once a month, so I got used to that once a month. I didn't do the teaching bit for a long time, so yeah, I was able to get used to that once a month payment. And then when I did a different work, it was weekly. At the end of the week, I get my check. Oh, okay. That was different. I got used to that. Got used to it for about almost 3 years. And then when I went to work for the British government, them like once a month. I was like, dang, I'm gonna
Yeah.
wait the whole freaking month to get paid. So yeah, I had to get used to it again. And then when I came down here, when I before the COVID, I was doing part-time and they were paying me a weekly. It went from weekly to once every 2 weeks. From once every 2 weeks, went back to weekly. So,
What did you teach, Ella?
oh, I my first teaching job was I taught every subject. Even though I specialize in just fine arts, I taught every single subject to the kids.
That's what I did, but I mostly liked to teach English, uh, literature, things like that. But I did every like history and science and
Yeah, I did all that,
no,
but those were my strong suits.
no,
I'm more kind of the crafty kind of. I like to, get my hands on, do some paintings, ceramic, sculpture, So yeah, I think after a while, the last place I thought I did my arts. I didn't just go around teaching every kind of
oh, that
subject.
had to be fun when you're doing something you really want to do.
Yeah, so yeah, and I did that, but teaching wasn't enough for me. I don't have that patience at all. I don't have patience,
Children,
period, so I
children
don't.
are not the same as they were when we were growing up. They're not. They're not the same type of children that we were.
No, that's why I decided I was gonna teach. I was just gonna go into, full-time employment, work with for a company or work with the government, but teaching wasn't me. But then guess what? When I started working in the British government, they'll have different departments. The department I was in, they always called on me to teach people what to do. Because I was when they created this
Instructor, an
but
instructor, yeah.
yeah, when they first of all created the first department in that whole thing, um, I now, because I was one first of the first person to get a job in that department, I now they teach me, and now it was my turn to teach anybody they hired what the job is all about. So yes.
You learn it first, and then you teach everybody else.
Yeah, so it was like that. So I it was good. It took me to different parts. Like, I started to teach, I learned how to do, like, I had to go do all the different courses, management, um project management, which I didn't know anything about project management, and I hated that. But it's like, yeah, if you want to be a manager and
Yeah,
you
you
have
got
a
to go through that.
project, you got to know how to, then I went into programming, you know. So that was the hardest, because with programming always kind of like similar to chemistry, you
Yeah,
know.
I never went into programming, but I know what you're talking about the other things, but I never went into the programming because my
Yeah,
brain doesn't work that way. Mm-mm.
I don't really like programming, you know. So yeah, but then left and went to a different department. It taught me all about computers, you know. So although I did a bit of programming, I did a bit of, you know, I did computer, so I know stuff about the computer. I can go in, I know where to go to figure out stuff in a computer. And then I left there, had to learn. I learned so many things. Finances, I hate anything to do with finance.
I don't
But then
like numbers.
I don't like numbers either. But in my last job, I had to, in order to take over the books, to order to file for when people do a cashback, I had to go in and how to fight a cashback for the company, because people pay and they were like, "Oh, I don't remember paying this for this subscription."
Mhm.
Now I have to go into the accounting, pull out all the information, and
When
yeah.
our children went to school, they would go to their dad for any math questions. They would come to me for any English and writing papers and spelling and all that. They had the best of both worlds, because and James is a history buff, so he
Oh,
knew
I
all
did love
about
history.
history.
Yeah, I
So
love history in school. I wasn't very serious at the first time of history, but when I had to retake my papers again, I became really serious. They know me as uh, geography student, because my geography book, oh my goodness, it was this high. I'll just keep adding to my notebook, and it was this high. I remember they took my notebook away from me, stole it, you know, because not only did I like the geography teacher, I was very good at geography, you know, drawing maps and all that kind of stuff. I was very good. It was one of the best subject I liked, you know. And then history, yes, I got into history as well. So it,
James tells people to this day, he said, when I first married Angie, she didn't even know north, south, east, and west.
I still
She
don't
had no
know.
sense of direction.
I
I
still
said,
don't
yeah,
know
but I knew how to get everywhere I needed to go, didn't I?
when I stand somewhere, I'm like, okay, which is not, which is just there. I get, although I like certain things, there's some stuff still confuse me, and I don't like pressure, so I can be under pressure somehow, and I could stay. I'm like, how do you spell was again?
Yeah,
Was.
right.
I'm
You just
like, ah,
or
and me, I'm
bear.
not doing
How do you
anything.
spell bear? Yeah.
So I just really hated myself for that. You know, spelling is not my strong suit as well. And try to pronounce certain things. When I pronounce it, there's ways I pronounce stuff, and people always want to correct me. And I say to them, look, I've traveled this continent, this world. I've traveled it several times in different continents I've been, and I've stayed in where I have to learn how this talk, how this is pronounced, how I travel to this country, that continent, and learn how they talk, learn how they pronounce stuff. I'm like, no,
Well,
I'm tired.
my children are laughing at me today because they'll tell me, Mama, say doctor. And I say doctor, and they just laugh. And I'm like, how did I say it wrong? It's doctor. And they're like, it's not doctor. And I still don't see where I say it. And they'll say, different words that I say they want are stomach, like your stomach and your
Yeah, like
say
your stomach.
stomach. And I'm like, stomach. That's not how you say stomach. And I'm
Stomach.
like, well, that's how I say it. So I say words different than everybody else too.
I'm like that. Yeah. All right. Let's say hi to the people coming in. Let me
All
go to
right.
the very top. I appreciate you guys coming in. Claudette, good to see you, my friend. Mwah, mwah. Great to be here. Let's keep it real. Of course, we're going to keep it real today. Hi, Jeff. Mwah.
Hey,
Good to see
Claudette. Hey, Jeff.
It's me, Angie, in the house. Lisa. Mwah. Lisa, are we on this week somehow? I don't know yet. I have to check my books. Well, good to see you. I think, yeah, you're on with me. Sherry. Mwah. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. You both look pretty. Oh, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Tomorrow is our Thanksgiving here in Canada. Ah, so it's not in what do you call it? It's not in November like this place.
I wonder, Claudette, what's the meal y'all fix for y'all's Thanksgiving? Do y'all go out and have a big meal like we do and eat ourselves into a sleep, into a coma?
I guess people do everywhere else. Hi, darling. Mwah. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome in. Oh, Lisa said she taught computers in elementary school. That's
Oh,
good.
nice.
I taught different grades. When I first of all started, I taught every single different grades, and that's why I was teaching even nursery school. I was teaching, and I had to teach everything that was in the syllabus to teach them.
Right,
But then when
exactly.
I got to I went to the teach at the army barracks. They had the college there, so I had to teach fine arts. That was where I specialized in. So I had to teach fine art, graphics, you know, art history, all that kind of stuff. I had to teach it. So it was good just teaching stuff that you like doing. Hi, Chu. Mwah. Welcome, welcome.
I just found
Hunter.
out that Chew was a male. Chew was male.
So you didn't know that?
Did not know it. I saw him in a live chat somewhere else. I was lurking, and the person that was having the live chat said, "Oh, you're male and not female," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm glad I've never said anything."
Uh, Yeah, we found out a long time because his profile picture was two guys in it,
Oh, okay.
and when I myself and Missy had the show, Missy used to say you to like want to find out about his brother who was the other guy in there, and he never said nothing.
He kept it closed.
Hi, Hunter, good to see you. All right, let's see who else is here. Hi, Pearl. Guys, hit the thumbs up. We got
Hey,
12 people in
Pearl.
now. Hit the thumbs up, guys. All right, let's see who else is here. Okay, I think I'm almost caught up. All right. Where is MJ Squirrel? Mwah. Hi, MJ. Welcome, welcome. Good to see
Hello.
ya. MJ is from the coin community. Sometimes you find her on Jeff's channel. So she brings some really nice coins to sell. So that's cool. All right, let's see who else is here. Hey, look at who's here.
Oh, it's Tracy.
Tracy Case coming in with the super sticker.
There's the heifer.
Welcome in, welcome in. Hi, Tracy. Because you bought one item for me, I'm like, I don't think it's fair if I invoice you for one item that costs $1. So I'm gonna hold on to it until you find something else.
I love me some Tracy and Colleen.
Well, Tracy Cakes is gonna be on at 6:15 in an hour's time, guys. So if you're not subbed, if you're not following, make sure you follow. You don't want to miss Tracy Cakes. She's gonna be on tonight at 6:15 p.m. Thank you, my friend, from the super sticker. Mwah! This is for you.
Thank you for the super chat. 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 Super, super, super chat. Super, super, super chat.
You know where there's Tracy Cake? Guess who's gonna be next?
Hey, Ella, you went to bed early the other night during their match it game.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it was so funny. I laughed till I hurt. It was so funny. The things people were saying in the chat.
I was tired. You know,
Oh, I know you were tired because I think you
my-
went the 8 hours with Victoria.
No, on Thursday, I think I was with Picnic.
Oh, that's right,
We did
Thursday.
about 6 hours so. But I was just so tired. I was out. I was just.
One day this week you were by yourself.
Oh no, that was last. No, that was the week before last week.
Oh, okay. I knew it was.
Yeah, last week I was with Victoria, and the week before then I was on my own for 8 hours. That was Friday. Hi, Colleen. Mwah, mwah. The original OG.
That's the other heifer. The
Yeah.
heifer.
She said, hello, beautiful panel and chat. I did send you a super chat, Miss Ella, but for some reason it didn't show up. I don't know why it didn't show up. I
You've
don't
been
worry
punked.
about it, my friend. I appreciate you just being here. I appreciate you and love you guys. I love all of you. So, mwah, thank you, my friend. Don't forget, you're definitely gonna find original OG Colleen with Tracy Cake tonight at 6:15. And
They
she
are a duo. They are hilarious together.
the best duo together, best. All right.
Yes.
What they said they do turkey, ham, potatoes, and the whole works. Yeah.
Call me anytime, Tracy. Anytime. Just send me an
And
email.
okay, I just need the turkey head. That's all. Turkey meat is just bland to me. So turkey neck, I'm good at that one. I can crack some turkey neck, but the rest, forget it. The meat is just bland.
What I think needs to happen, Ella, I think my husband James and myself, you and Jill, we need to do a match it the game on Tracy's channel. I think it needs to be us four because my husband loves that game. When he's home and I'm on there with them, we're riding around. I'm riding around in my wheelchair. He's in his recliner and we're answering the questions like, hurry up, put this in. Hurry up, type in. And I'm
I
like,
don't know. I don't
James,
know
I got to put the
where
hashtag in. I got to put the hashtag in. Chill out.
Well, Jeff has an auction on Thursday, so he won't be able to be on there. He's got his auction on Thursday. Well, well, well. You guys will not believe what we have for you today.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be, oh, yeah. Are y'all ready? Ready for the conversation?
Well, I
You're
hope
going
you
to be
guys
able
are
to
ready.
relate to this because I know a lot of you are going to be able to relate to this because I can relate to it. Ella's kind of felt like she could relate to it. But we're going to be talking about the black sheep of the family. And if you feel like you are the black sheep of the family, or if you know who is the black sheep of the family, and if you don't know who is, it's probably you. So that's our subject today is the black sheep of the family.
Before we dive into our topic of today, which is the black sheep, I have a question to put out
Okay.
there. And I want to see if I was going to ask you this question in the back room, but I'm like, you know what? Let me bring it to the forefront and see what people will say. Now, we know we've had, we've dated in our life, we have somebody we're dating or somebody we're married to, or even though before you married the person. Now, question, because for me, it's been a long time, when you've been in a marriage for a long time or you've been in a relationship for a long time, and then maybe you're just venturing into a new relationship with somebody. Sometimes in a relationship, you don't know how it goes, or what works. Now, question. This is
Okay.
my question. Now, you can, those in the chat, you can let me know in the chat. This is the question I'm putting out there. Now, when you are dating somebody, you take them on, you go on a date with that person. When you go on a date with the person, you're trying to get to know the person, correct? So if you're trying to get to know the person for the first time, and you go on a date, like the person could ride up with their car if they're living around here, or they could take the bus and meet you. Where do you think, as a man, will take the woman or on a date, or a woman will take the man or their girlfriend or their boyfriend on a date, where, because you're trying to get to know this person? So, Angie, where do you think? Where did James take you when you guys started dating?
Well, we met in a nightclub.
Yeah,
So, remember that part.
yeah.
And we wasn't but 18 and 19 years old. But when he first come to take me out on a date from Louisiana, which it depends on the time of day. Because if you're going to meet at brunch, you've got to go somewhere that has a brunch, like in a private, kind of a place that don't have a lot of people because you want to talk.
Thank you.
If it's later on at night, you want to go to a nice restaurant over in the corner where nobody's, talking
And
real loud.
listening to
That's
your
what I
business. Yeah.
but I would say if you wanted to meet during the day at a park or some kind of an event, something like that, nothing would be wrong. I wouldn't think anything would be wrong with that.
Yeah. So for me, okay, not to just say anything, but for me, I've been dating since I was 16. Like really proper date. I think I had my first boyfriend when I was 8, but had my proper dating was when I was 16. And I tell you, I dated in you don't know, I dated a lot of men in my days, okay? And we'll always seem to be going out, you know, so we can get to know each other. We go to, like you said, we go for dinner, we'll go to a nice restaurant sometimes, or we can go to go to a park or go do activities. We go to a fun fair and stuff like that. Stuff where you can have a conversation and you can talk, and drop you off after that because you're trying to get to know each other. And then you make more arrangement to meet. If you like the person, then the person will turn up and say, hey, you fancy going out again? And they will take you, and you guys are getting to know each other better, and then later when you've really known each other, then you get to find out their likes, their dislikes, what they're doing. And sometimes it will be like, oh, you fancy going to a movie? That's when now you can say, okay, let's go to a movie, because guess what? You can't take a person on your first date to a movie.
To a movie.
Because it's like there's nothing to talk about. If you're getting to know somebody, you don't take them to a movie on the first date, because you guys are not having conversation. You can't go to a movie house and have a conversation. People are gonna be shushing you. Correct?
Yeah.
Shh, shh, shh. Actually, if I go to the movie, I don't even want people talking. If you're near me, I don't even want you. I don't even want to hear you talk.
I want to watch the movie.
I want to watch the movie. And the next thing you go and want to take somebody to a movie, you want to find out what kind of movie it is. So
what they're interested in, what their movies. Yeah.
Thank you. Want to know what kind of movies they like and say, okay, and we know at this time of the year is not where you go to the movie, because there's nothing really out to say you want to go watching a movie. Might as well stay at home and watch TV.
Right.
Okay.
Well, see, he lived with his grandmother and I live with my grandmother. And so we definitely didn't want to stay home with the grandmothers, and try to date and all that. But, we went out to places like, to be able to sit in a quiet area, because we wanted to be off to ourselves,
Yeah.
And I think you should do
that. Tracy Cake said coffee or beverage or a meal. Yes. You sit down, you have this nice meal, and you guys can chit chat and talk. MJ say weekend trip was my first date with my second husband. That was 20 years ago. Yay. You go on a weekend, and when you go weekend, you go sightseeing. You can go to a museum. You can go. There's so many places that you can go to. Yeah. Cell phone, texting, social media has ruined proper dates. Yes, you are so right. That is being ruined to the core. Because going out on a date, I used to really enjoy going out on a date. I like going out. I don't drive, but this is a woman that has stayed in a city where you get on the bus to go for a date. We don't care. Just sitting by together, holding each other's hand, and on the bus or in a taxi, where here now is Uber. It's fun,
Well, if I had to start it all over again, I would have me a 20-question notepad, and I would sit there and go, okay, question number 1, and I would go down each question and say, okay, let me write this down, what you said. And 6 months later, I'd say, wait a minute, no. Let's refer back to what you said. All of a sudden, I would do it like that today, but I don't have that to worry about right now. And I don't think if something happened to James, I don't think I would want to. I definitely would not want to be married again. Not that I had a bad marriage. I've had a good marriage, but I don't think I would marry again.
It's you know what? I'm thinking the thing is that the older you get, marriage or dating and stuff like that, it's not an easy thing. When we were young, yeah, it's one of those things that you're young, sometimes you don't really care, you go off and but then when you're dating, it's still like when you were young, but differently. You're still trying to get to know each other because you can never learn. That's why people will say, wow, they've been together 20 years, 30 years, and they're still file for divorce. Yeah, that means there's so many things that happen in a
But here's the
marriage.
thing. You really don't know somebody till you live with them.
Yes. And then when when you live with them, guess what? In order to make stuff work, you're gonna keep dating. That's why when I see other people, I've watched other people or listen to other people, and they talk about how do you keep your marriage or your relationship fresh. It's because they find time to put certain days aside where they can go do stuff.
James and I always went on a
date night.
We always had a date night. James and I have always had a date night. Always made time for just us two, and our children never seen us have a disagreement and argue in front of them.
I get it.
And probably maybe in their 20s, they saw that he and I disagreed one time, but we never fought and argued and anything in front of our children. They never saw it. If we had a disagreement when we would go to bed and, get back there when our children would go to sleep, we would discuss what happened. But they never knew anything about us having a disagreement. Nothing.
So that's what I think it's like, trying to keep the relationship or the marriage fresh is like having date nights, go out. You don't have to go for an expensive meal. Sometimes you can go to a restaurant and maybe order the cheapest stuff on there. It's just getting away from the house, relaxing. Hi, Miss Southern Belle. And just go out, and then you can say, okay, you know what, yeah, let's go to a movie or stuff like that. But I've never heard anywhere in my lifetime of dating, and I've dated, let me tell you, my ex-husband said to me a while, a long time when we, he said to me, how many people have you dated? I'm like, you don't want to know.
Ella should be on the Guinness Book of World Records of how many.
You don't want to know because I counted past 100, and then I was only back there.
Oh, I can probably count on both hands. But I married James. We started dating when I was 18, and I married him the night before I turned 20. So I've probably dated less than 10 people, and maybe seriously 2. Besides him,
let me tell you, there was a time in my life I had this rule: 3 months on, 3 months off. I'll date you for 3 months and I'm good. And then the next 3 months I'll take a break, and then
yeah,
I used to do that. I'm like,
okay, I'm ready to take a break. No, I need a break.
I need a break. I can't do this. It's just too much work and whatever. And during that time, I was going through too much for myself. I was trying to understand me for who I am. Because growing up as a child, I went through a whole lot of trauma in my life. So coming back to your topic, I did feel like a black sheep, but not from what.
But here, and I don't know if the people in the chat realize this, but when I started thinking about that was going to be our discussion, I said, well, what is the definition of a black sheep of the family? So I go and look it up, because Google don't lie.
Yeah.
You can find everything on Google. And it says something that the black sheep was the one that was the disgrace of the family, and had done something wrong and maybe been to jail, did drugs, had a a lot of affair, just something. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's not me. That's my entire family. I'm the one that hadn't been doing all that. My entire family are the ones that just did all those things I just named. Why am I the black sheep? But now when I talk about my family, I love them. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But they are some strange people, okay? And I always thought I was adopted, except I look a lot like my mother in some ways. But, yeah, I was considered the black sheep because I always thought I was better than they were. They thought, or I always, just had this arrogant attitude, and I was ashamed of them, and that wasn't true at all. At all.
Yeah. So I don't know how you guys in the chat will define did anybody ever say you are the black sheep? My family thinks, oh, Lisa said, my family thinks I'm the black sheep because I don't condone to their religion.
You don't conform, to their religion. Yeah, that's a hard thing because I'm not a conformer. I'm the type of person, I'm going to do what I think I need to do. I'm not going to judge you for what you do, but don't get mad at me because, like Lisa said, her family, I can't see me getting mad at my daughter or son because they don't conform to what my religious beliefs. I can't see me ever doing that, but some families do.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say I was okay, like not a black sheep. I'm heifer. There's a heifer, not a black sheep. And MJ said, I'm just gray sheep. Just gray.
He's riding the fence.
Yeah.
Squirrel's riding the fence.
Well, for me, I will say I wouldn't say I probably, if I didn't read the definition, I would say to myself I probably was the black sheep of my family. But now reading the definition, I would say that. In my case, I just felt I was an outcast. I was just,
yeah, that's why I felt.
Yeah, I felt like an outcast because I didn't get along with my dad, and I just felt, well, like he didn't want me, or maybe he wanted a boy as his first child, and I just happened to be the girl that came out first, so that's what I used to think. And then,
and how can a man be mad about that when they actually determine the sex of the baby?
They're the one, but it doesn't really matter,
No,
they
but
don't
how can
really
a man
care.
be mad at that?
Yeah, they don't really care. They don't see it that way. But it's like, yeah, you as the man, you're the one that
you should have been throwing a Y instead of an X.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You should have been throwing out a Y.
So whatever you throw. So for me, that's how I felt it, like that. And then I had information that confirmed it, so for me, I didn't see myself as the black sheep. I see myself as the outcast. And because, like I said, the way stuff was done in the house, my certain things I won't be involved in, and my dad was very good at doing things like that. It was, so for me, I just felt, okay, this is family. I don't really care. I don't want to know. So when I lived on my own, I just felt, yeah, I think I'm good. I'm good where I am. I just don't have to deal with nobody but myself,
Right. Jeff said, just for the record, we don't decide which of our sperms is going to join up with which of your egg to make a male or female. Well, scientifically, you have the X and the Y. We only have the X.
Yeah. So at the end of the day is what come out your body that swims. So if your girl is swimming faster than the boy, then
right.
You can't.
She's a stronger swimmer.
Yeah,
she's a stronger swimmer.
She's a stronger, and that's the thing that women. That's why women. I think God created women. When you read the scriptures and stuff like that, you can tell why women are always, even though they went the first one to be created, and man was the first one to be created. You will see that the woman still has more knowledge than the man. You know, we have more information. We talk to our husbands, our wife, and our boyfriends or whatever, and give them advice. We come up with great decisions. Let me tell you, you think the men in the White House know jack shit? They don't know nothing. They will go home. They sit down and talk to their advisors. Yeah, but behind, when they go closed door, they're talking to their wife. They're talking to
why? Because women hold And that's why men listen to them.
I
Because they know what they going to get when they get it. And they know what's going to be cut off from them if they don't listen to what they say.
yeah. So yeah,
But we give them the
we
best
grow.
advice.
Yeah, we grow faster than the guys.
Mature faster,
We
yes.
mature faster, and we got the knowledge. Our brains can just.
Okay, here's the thing. Men come here with directional instincts. That's from them having to go out and hunt for food back in the years that they had to go out and hunt. They know direction. I'll give that to men. They know direction. They know how to work. They have the physical, the body and all that to be able to withstand 12 and 16 hours of work. All right. That's the way they were built. But when it comes to making decisions and I think women were created to help them to make the better decision. Except I don't know what Eve was thinking when she turned around and said, "Here, bite this." I don't know what she was thinking. And now we suffer for labor pains because of it.
Yeah, well, Eve probably thought she bit the apple and thought, "Ooh, this tastes juicy." Like, man, let me go give it to Adam.
Yeah, and then he's like, we don't have any clothes on. We're naked.
Yeah. So they became the black sheep.
Yeah, definitely. Both of them were the black. They got outcast from where they were living.
Yeah, so they became the black sheep of the family, So they
said, "I got to throw y'all out of the garden. I got to throw y'all out."
Yeah. Every child is a blessing, but sometimes we don't always see blessings as blessings, MJ. Yes. Every child is a blessing. Whether, some people will want. I can understand why a man will want a male child, because to carry on the legacy, the name. It's just to carry on the name, that is why. With the woman has to go bear the another person's name and carry on that legacy for them. So that's why a man always wants a male child to carry
I
on.
told James I didn't have children to have one sex or the other. If Taylor would have been a boy, my daughter, our second child, would have been a boy, we would have had two sons, because I knew I wasn't going to have a third child. I just knew I wasn't. And so I wasn't having children to say, "Oh, I hope this one's a girl." And I know people that have 6 kids, try for the 7th to see if they can have a girl. Hello.
Or a boy, and it still turned out to be.
Don't do that.
It still turned out to be, what they having. So,
I'd hate to know I had to feed 7 kids. Ooh. Cook for 7 kids? Oh, no.
So I don't know if a family, a parent, I know some parents do it. That means they're just being mean to their kid, will come out to their child and say they're a disgrace to the family, because that is what a black sheep is.
Okay, let me tell you this. I have a friend that lived in this town. She was pregnant. She had 2 boys already. She had her 3rd child. It was a boy. She wouldn't even bring him home from the hospital. She wanted a girl so bad. Her mother took the baby and brought the baby home because she didn't want the baby because it was a boy and not a girl. I lost it. I was like, "You have got to be kidding me, lady." And I knew this person. I knew her. And her mother raised her son till he was 18 years old because she wanted a girl. Can you imagine how he felt as he got older? I mean, he must have felt, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that is sad. Hi, Conzi. Mwah, good to see you, Conzi.
I want to hear in the comments how people in the comments feel about being a black sheep.
If you were ever known as a black sheep. Because I don't think,
And what their personality is, why they think they are. That's what I want to know. Why they think they're the black sheep.
Jimmy Snowdog. Hi, Jimmy. Welcome.
Which it doesn't bother me.
Just mean. Yeah. Some people are.
It doesn't bother me to be a black sheep. It doesn't bother me.
Men, do you sleep sending likes? What are you talking about?
Man, do you sleep? Oh,
You must be referring to Konzi.
yeah, somebody in the chat.
Konzi, you gotta go sleep.
But you know, Ella, it's kind of tricky when you're dealing with family, which I don't have any hidden agenda when it comes to my channel, my family, because I'm not going to pretend that there's something that they're not, and that we're all kosher and we're all singing kumbaya and we all get along, and you know, there's nobody in our family that has ever done anything wrong. I'm talking about my extended family, you know, and I think we all have crazy people in our family. We all have people that's had affairs, been on drugs, went to jail. You know, we all have those family members that you invite them to the family gathering, but deep down you're thinking, "Oh, I hope they don't show up." You know what I'm saying? They're gonna ruin it if they show up.
Pro
But now
said,
I want them to show
I'm
up.
proud to be the black sheep. I don't think so.
Do what now?
So, Pearl, I highlighted hers on the screen.
I'm proud to be a black sheep. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. But you know, when you're younger, now just let me say this: when you're younger, in your teens, early 20s, you might be ashamed of the family that really doesn't have a lot, and they'll show up and they want to come in and they want to eat everything that, and they're the first in line, and they really don't have any manners. And you know, everybody has those people in their family. At least we do here in Mississippi. And but now that's the ones I want to show up because they're so funny. I'm like, gosh, I hope they come. Let them come to the party. I want them to show up.
Yeah.
I feel totally different about it now.
I don't know if anybody will refer to me as being the black sheep of the family, because actually I don't see what I've done to be a disgrace to the family. The only thing is that they've done something to me and I just don't want to be a part of it. Their kind of life, sort of. I just don't want to be a part of it. I think I don't stress a lot when I don't think about stuff. So it helps me to stay away from stuff that will bring me stress. I don't like stuff that will bring me stress. So I try to be quiet, walk away, or don't just get involved or anything.
See,
'Cause
I'm not going to be around the part of my family that brings drama. They bring it like a badge of honor. Like they bring it to your door anytime they visit. You know it's going to be drama. I don't like that. I don't want to be around it. I'm not going to be somewhere that I'm going to get upset and nervous for, you know, wasting 10 minutes of my life I can never get back because you want to talk about something that's not even necessary, you know? So I don't like to be around that. And my mother can bring the drama.
no. It says, I'm not. Oh, I could be, and my siblings have not told me. Yeah, sometimes you know you might think, okay, you might be an outcast, but you know you ask yourself, what did you actually do to become an outcast? You know, if you feel that you've not done anything wrong, I don't think I will say that I am, or being not an outcast, a black sheep. You know, now for me, I identify as being an outcast than being a black sheep.
Well,
That's
let
what.
me ask you this, Ella, because I find a lot of people over my lifetime have told me this, and I never even would recognize it, and still don't know if I recognize it to this day. But several people that know my extended family and know me say the reason your family probably can't get along with you after them knowing them and myself say, oh, they're just jealous of you. And I'm like, why? I mean, why are they jealous? I just decided to do X, Y, and Z to make my life better and better for my children. Why are they jealous? They could have made the same choices, you know, because we have choices. And that's like, well, they're just jealous of the lifestyle you have. They didn't have it. Well, it wasn't because they couldn't get it. They just didn't try to get it, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so Pearl says you have relative, not mine, but you have to put everything under lockdown. Hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a good, decent person. So I'm proud to be different. I'm proud to be just me, you know.
Yes.
I'm proud to be just me. Before I used to apologize for who I am. I talk loud. I'm totally just different. I think differently, and people have been offended by it, and I used to apologize a lot. Oh, I'm sorry, my voice is loud. But if you've known me and know that my voice is loud, that when I talk as if I'm shouting, then freaking get used to it. If you don't want to get used to it, then you know what you could do. Um, and my friend said, never apologize for you being loud because that's how you are. And I always say that
See,
nobody
I'm loud too.
other people being loud. Like, I know it in my family, we are loud when we talk. But at the end of the day, out of the all of us, I'm the loudest when we talk. And my mom, she is very loud when she talks. So I remember when when I used to work for the British government, and the people that I work with, they will come, to me like, hey, you come across aggressive, you are loud, and so there was this handbook that they gave everybody in the whole um government, that people, because you have different people from different background working in that place. So in order for you to get to understand each other, they gave each other this handbook, and it has like Africans on it, it has Asian people on it, and different style of people. And they say, and they describe it. They said, when you're talking to this person might be talking and using their hands, and they're doing this, they're doing that. It doesn't mean that is how they describe and they talk. Some people, when they talk, their hands are by their side and they're talking, and they can talk like that and whatever. Some people, they talk with their hand, and you'll be thinking they're coming across aggressive. That's
I
just how
talk with
they
my
are.
hands.
That is, yeah, that is the culture of where they come from, and that is what, that is how they are. It's not like they're being aggressive or being rude or anything. They're just talking. Now, I talk loud, but I always tell people, when my voice is the loudest, that means, one, I can't get my point across. So if you don't listen and my point can't come across, my voice will go louder and louder until you hear what I got to say. That's it. But I'm naturally just loud like that. And I always tell people, because if you come later on and you say, oh, you're so loud, you're screaming at me, I will totally ignore you,
Hmm.
because I told you in the beginning, this is me. And if you can't accept me for who I am, if that's going to make me, uh, a totally different person to you, then I'm afraid I can't change who I am. I've been like this for 56 freaking years.
If you start changing to what people want you, you'll be changing into 50 different people. You might as well just be yourself and
Be
let them
yourself.
accept you or not.
And I was listening to your show that was talking about that too. So it's like, I can just be true to myself and be who I am. I cannot change to be something else. So, and people say, oh yes, you're loud. Yes, I am loud. And yes, when I'm talking, if you don't give me a chance to talk, I will scream to you, let me talk. That's it. It's just, or if I'm excited, the passion in me, my voice will raise, but it doesn't mean that, oh, I'm trying to be rude or anything. It's just, that's who I
Well,
am.
I think if someone comes to you and they have a right, their voice and their opinion, you have a right to respond to what they have said to you. I don't think they should say what they want to say to you and then decide you don't get to say anything.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
the thing. I understand. I noticed that too. It's like people, oh, my ex-husband used to do that to me, and it used to be pissed me off to the core. It's like, he will say something and I'm here listening, but then when it's my turn to reply, he don't want to listen. He's like, okay, shut it down. I'm like, no, that is rude, because I've given you the chance to speak. So let me speak. Don't walk away. Don't walk away when it's my turn to speak, because you don't want me to talk now when I've listened to you. But then when this is the thing, I think they're just afraid to hear the truth that is coming out.
Well, James always knew that it was going to be a 4-hour deal because I was going to go on and on and on and on. And that's why he didn't want me to respond, because I was going to go back 7 months on something that I remembered that happened. And I was going to bring it forward to today. And, I had it all played out in my mind. As soon as he ticked me off, he was going to say his piece, and then I was going to let it roll for about 4 hours. And he would just roll his eyes like, oh my gosh, is she ever going to stop? Is she ever going to stop?
Yeah. My ex used to do that as well. And the thing was like, he wouldn't want me to say what I got to say. So you know what I started doing? I started recording the conversation when he talked next time.
Oh yeah, we have done that before. Because James would say, I said something, and I would say, I didn't say that. I did not say that. Which I'm like this. If I said it, I'm the first one to say, oh, yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
So I said, why don't we start recording our conversation? We'll be able to go back and see who said what. Well, then when we were doing that, and he realized that I didn't say the exact words that he said that I said, oh no, we don't have to record anymore.
Yeah, my he would know I'm recording. My ex would know I'm recording. I'm like, so you remember when he would say, I plead the fifth.
Yeah, start pleading the fifth.
Pleading the fifth. Because that's it. It's like they don't remember when they say something and want to twist it around and blame you. Like, this is what you said, or no, this is what I said. I'm like, hold on, did I not hear well? So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll start recording the conversation. So when I
don't tell me what I meant.
Yes.
Oh, I know what you meant. What, are you in my head? You don't know what I mean.
I told my ex about that. He used to say that to me, and I said to him, God did not give you that gift. The devil gave you that gift.
Yeah, like you can read
tell me you know what I'm thinking, because I don't tell you what you're thinking. I said the devil gave you that gift. If you could read my mind and tell me what I'm thinking, then the devil gave you that gift. That is not a gift from God. It's a
we
gift.
Need to have an exorcism if he did that.
I always need that last word. I am like you, Claude. I always have to have the last word.
I'm like that.
I always have to have the last word. You're not going to have one over me. No, especially when I know I'm right, I will have to have the last word. Nobody's having the last word and me keeping quiet. But you know what? I've kind of like learned being in a marriage, and you learn certain things. I've learned now that since I've been separated and going through a divorce, the last 8 years I've been on my own. So I'm able to think that, sometimes say what you got to say and just walk away, and I'm trying to learn and see what happened in my other relationship. It doesn't affect the new one, because if it does affect, if I notice it creeping in, it's like, Ella, shut down, be quiet, walk away. I was like, that made me a better person to walk away, because if it was before, like you say, 4 hours, you're talking about 4 hours. Mine is from morning to when it happened to night, sometimes sleeping. I don't let it, because my chest will be beating so hard. Like, no, we got to iron this out, because you had all the time to talk, never gave me a chance for me to talk. So I got to talk.
Well, James and I have been married so long now that we don't hardly just argue about anything. It's just like, okay, whatever. But now I just look at him and go, come here. And he'll come close to me, and I'll say, look, here it is. I'm right. You're wrong. That's all you need to know. And we're good. And he'll go, what? I'll say, okay, here's the deal. I'm right. You're wrong. And we're good. And I'll just take my wheelchair and turn around and just, go on. And I'll just say, just when you realize that I'm right and you're wrong, we're good.
Mm-hmm. I've been reading the comments, and it make me laugh, but I agree with it.
Hey, Josie.
Different people interpret things differently. Yeah, I get that. Yes, my mom and dad, you said this yesterday. No, I didn't. I said you need to take your phone and record each other. Oh my gosh.
And look, here's
That's
my
good.
thing. How can people be in their
I see.
be married in their 70s like my parents
I see.
and
Mwah.
still find a reason to disagree? What can you possibly want to argue about in your 70s? You know? Come on, what are you arguing about?
That's all.
I
That's
don't
still
understand it.
there's still things that people talk about they're gonna argue about. At the end of the day, that is life. You know, life. There's always new things to talk about. There's always things to argue about. There's things to disagree on. We can never always be right. And we
And
can
here's
never
the deal.
always
If
agree.
my parents came to me and said they were arguing in their 70s, I would be sketchy to ask because, first of all, I don't care to know that they're still having sex. I don't care to know. I mean, there's some things that I just don't want to know. Like my children don't want to know that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to ask, why are you arguing with each other? You can dive into something real deep that you don't want to know, you know? And I just like, there can't be anything that's as important. You should be out on the porch in a rocking chair, living your last days, with peace and quiet. Why are you mad at each other?
There's always things. There's always things to talk about. There's life still living. There's new things that they can talk about that one would disagree with the other. There's always things. So, you're saying, oh yeah, in your 70s, what that? There's so many things. So many
Oh,
things.
my mama get mad at my dad because he'll leave, and he does. He'll go to get the milk out of the refrigerator and fix his cereal at night because he likes to eat cereal at night. And he'll forget to put the milk back in the refrigerator. And she's like, how do you forget to put the milk back in the refrigerator? And she'll hold on to that for hours. And I'm like, okay, he forgot to put the milk back. And she's like, but I've told him 50 million times.
I will be that type of person because I'm that type of person as well. Where you take something out of the cupboard and then you leave it on the counter and you don't put it back. I get pissed off. My ex, he's a chef and he does that. That pissed me off to the core. Every time he takes a salt, pepper, whatever, he use it and leave it on the counter. I mean, the same hand that took it out there, why don't you take it and put it back on?
Well, James is this
Put it
deal, and
back.
he still does this to this day. I bring him into the kitchen. I say, you know how it's like a little kid. Come in, and I'll say, look here. Who opened these cabinet doors? First of all, I'm in a wheelchair and I can't stand up and open it or close it. So why are these cabinets still open? Oh, I forgot to shut them. Okay, well, wait a minute. You opened them, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why can't you just reach up and shut the cabinet when you get finished? I'll go in the kitchen and all these cabinet doors are open. And I'm thinking, it didn't dawn on him to shut the cabinet doors, but he'll leave it. He'll leave them open.
No, I'm kind of I would say I'm kind of like I came from a strict home, where things are organized and things are put in place. My dad is very good in doing that, trying to put stuff in place. You take it out, you put it back. And my dad, when you take something, even though you put it back, my dad will know something moved because he will know for some reason. He will know something was taken out of that cupboard because he didn't put it. My dad is the kind of person that, if he's going to arrange something, they will be in line. So if you go and you take something, you put it back, and maybe you didn't put
He's
it back in the
OCD.
right place, he will know that something
Is he
got.
OCD?
I wouldn't say as such, but I'm like, I wouldn't say I am, but I like when you take something from the cabinet, put it back. I don't care where, if it goes somewhere where you took it, put it back there. I like stuff arranged. When you just come and drop stuff where you want to drop stuff, I just feel that no, it's not going to be tidy. Now I get pissed off myself. Like, like I got this palette stuff in, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna rearrange all the items on the shelf. I haven't had time to do that, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do that. And I see my living room, and I have a panic attack, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And now, because I'm able to control my panic attack, I don't let other people see it, because I am just looking at it. I am having a panic attack because I don't live like this. But in order for me to make money to pay my bills, I have to put stuff where they just have to be right now. But my bathroom, my bedroom, my kitchen, there's no inventory in there. Well, some inventory in my bedroom, but no inventory in my bathroom, no my kitchen. So it gotta be tidy.
So look,
Gotta
let me
be
tell you this little story. My cousin Bo that I talk about all the time, he's the one that had the aneurysm, he has the tree farm. His sister has OCD. I'm talking about to the hilt. So we drive up to her home one night. We were going to all have supper at her house, and he comes running out to meet me at the car. This is before I was in a wheelchair, and he said, "Look, I want you to do something for me." I said, "Okay." He said, "Look, Stephanie just hung her curtains." He said, "Don't do it when you first walk in. Wait a few minutes, and I want you to say this." And I said, "Okay." He said, "Say, Stephanie, are these curtains kind of uneven? You notice that they're not the same." He said, "Because she's measured them for an hour trying to get
Oh
them
my
straight."
gosh.
So I go in, we all greet each other. We're sitting around, we get our plates, we're sitting at the table. I'm facing where the curtains are, and I start looking, and I go, and I look over at Bo, and we're like, okay, it's going down. I say, Stephanie, are I think your curtains, when you hung them, I think they're a little off. They're not even. She's like, oh my gosh, what? And I said, I don't think you got them even. I measured them over and over again. You got to be kidding me. Can you tell it? I said, well, it's not really that obvious, but I mean, it kind of looks bad. It really does. She comes unglued, and Bo and I just start laughing like
Laughing.
crazy. She said, I'm going to kill y'all. But we do her like that all the time. But she's
Hi,
very
Tony.
OCD.
Good to see you, Tony. Mwah. Welcome, welcome. It's been a while. I hope all is well with you. I miss you.
But
Good
I
to see
think it's a
you, my
good
friend.
point, Ella, that you made about when you are starting a new relationship and you want to know where to go to, for you to get to know each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it was
Because
very good. The black sheep, I'm glad that the comments in the chat, they were excellent. I mean, because when I thought about this topic, I thought, well, someone sent me an email and said they were kind of having trouble with a family member about the family member wanted them to take sides, like they were having a disagreement with their son, and they wanted the other family member to take up for them instead of the son, which would have been the person's nephew.
yeah.
And she said, I don't want to get involved, but my sister's trying to make me take her side, and I want to stay neutral. And I said, stay neutral. Don't get involved. It's her son. Let them hash it out, and you just be his aunt.
Yeah.
Don't try to mother him. Just be his aunt. But when somebody's having a disagreement, the best thing you can do is just stay out of it, especially in relationships. Because if I made a mistake one time, a best friend of mine was dating this guy, and I could not. Oh, I didn't like him. Oh, I didn't like him. And then she breaks up with him and swears she's not going to get back with him. And then
Oh.
I start telling my true feelings of, oh, I never liked him to begin with. I knew what type of person he was, and I went on and on. Then they get back together, and I'm like, oh, gosh, I wish I would have never opened my mouth. Well, he found out how I really felt about him.
About him, yeah.
And I never did that again. I learned my lesson. I said, I'll never get in the middle of a female and a male relationship ever again. Mm-mm.
Hi, bye. So, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah. I mean, yes. The good advice you gave to the lady, I wouldn't even, take side. I wouldn't take side at all. So, if somebody is the black sheep in their family, well, they had their reason doing what they got to do, but I just feel that sometimes you got to forgive. You
Yeah.
know, you got to forgive whatever they have done. You got to forgive them. You know,
That's why I
they,
can live a peaceful life, is because I've forgiven all that.
yeah. So if you can like forgive, I don't have to be friends with you, but I can forgive you so I can move on with my life. You know, so being a black sheep or being outcast, you know, whichever one you fall in, you know, if you change your lifestyle, you change your ways, okay, then don't let nobody else come and judge you for who you are right now, because you've changed your ways. You know, according to being an outcast, if you've changed your ways, then yeah, live the good life. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody but yourself that you have changed. Continue to do the good things that you got to do for you, and let people just see. People will notice it. You know, they'll look around and be like, wow, this person really changed for the good. So, you know, you're not the black sheep anymore of the family because of what you did. Because guess what? People now overlook that, and they say, oh, we're going to forgive and we're going to move on. So, yeah, you forgive, you move on.
See, and I'm just gonna, and like I said, I love my extended family, but you just have, my mom has been married 4 times, my dad has been married 5 times. My dad spent 6 years in jail because of uh he drove a truck and he transported drugs across state lines. But that's before I met him. He did all this before I even knew he was my father, which I wouldn't have judged him for it. He made that choice.
Hmm.
But I know now how he is, because I'm the same way. If I make a decision and and it's wrong, I'll tell you, yeah, I did it. I did it. I'm not going to lie and say I didn't do something that I did do. And that's the way he always was. I mean, he told me that he talked to his dad, who was a truck driver, told his dad, look, Dad, I'm fixing to start doing this. He told his dad he was going to start doing the illegal drug thing.
Hmm.
And his dad said, you know that you're going to get caught, right? You know that this is going to happen. Yeah, he said, okay, as long as you know it, then, you're grown, you're an adult,
Yeah.
you got to do it. So, and he never was the person that tried to hide what he was doing. Like some people try to hide who they are and they slip around and sneak around and all that. See,
Hmm.
I've always been the person, if you ask me, if I said something, I'm going to say, yeah, I said it. I'm not
Hmm.
going to deny it. And a lot of
I'll give
people
you the
say,
reason why, because there's always a reason why.
and there's a way of saying something. The person may have took it out of context,
Hmm.
what you said, you know, but if they'll come to me, I'll tell them exactly what we were talking about. And if your name was brought up, I'll say, well, this was what was said. And I'm not going to say anything behind your back that I wouldn't say to your face, you
Yeah.
know? And a lot of people don't want honesty. They want you to lie to them. They want it.
Yeah, because they're liars themselves. So,
Right.
you know, they're liars
Everybody
themselves.
lies. Everybody lies.
Yeah, they're liars themselves. So that is why. I like what Claudette said. She said everybody deserves a chance, though some people get chance after chances and keep screwing up. Yeah. People can screw up, keep screwing up. Um, you know what? They say we fall down, but we get up. Okay. So the Bible says, ask Christ a question. How many times do we forgive our brother that sinned against us? Say 70 times 7.
7. Yeah.
When you count that, that's a whole lot of 70 times 7 that you're going to keep forgiving somebody that pisses you off all the time. But you got to keep forgiving them when they fall. If they ask for forgiveness, forgive them and, you know, move on. I used to say, like my ex used to say, I'll do better next time. Next time come, he does the same freaking thing to piss me off again. And I'm like, you said you were gonna do better next time. You do better next time, and you're still here.
Next
And
time never comes. Yeah.
next time never come, because guess what? You done it again. You done it again. And you know, it put a strain on our marriage. You know, that things that he said he wouldn't do. And I don't understand why men don't feel that they shouldn't listen to a woman. A woman gives good advice, you know, and some men are just so stubborn and would not listen. They think they know everything. It's like if a woman has a good idea, and this is one thing he will find out. He will talk, somebody else will say almost the same thing that I've said. And he will say, yeah,
Act like it's his idea.
yeah, like it's his idea and everything. And when they leave, I'll look at him like, mm-hmm.
I
And
wonder where he came up with
then he
that.
start laughing. I'm like, yeah, I wonder who said that. He will start laughing. I was like, this is it. You don't listen to me when I say something to you. You don't really listen, do you? You know, you don't listen. So sometimes it's like you don't take for granted when somebody's trying to give you some good advice.
Well, some men and women, I'm gonna say men
Hi,
and women.
White Flower.
Hey, Wildflower, they're narcissistic and they don't want to take other people's advice, and yet they'll fall, make a mistake, and then make you feel like it was your fault, the reason that they failed. And it's like, excuse me? I mean, hello? I mean, how are you blaming this on me? You know? And, that happens a lot in relationships, which I've never been good on guilt because I don't work well with guilt. If you try to guilt me into doing something, I'm rebelling because either I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. You're not going to guilt me. Now, my oldest sister, she can be guilt into anything. And me, no, I don't play that. No.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
But
But when God shuts the door, don't keep opening it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. It's it's just the same thing when you say you got faith and you give it to God. When you got faith, you pray about something. You when you're praying about it, you're giving it to God. But then if you go keep taking it back, and then you keep asking God, it's like, well, you gave it to me, but you keep taking it back.
Right. I trust you for a minute, but I'm going to take it back now. I can handle it. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't handle it. And then you go pray about it again, the same freaking prayer. And I'm like, okay, God, no, so don't go take it back from God when you give it to God. If you don't give it to God and you're worrying about it, then keep worrying about it. And then when you are tired of worrying about it, then give it to God and then leave it and go on.
Well,
but this is the thing actually that I don't like is, you worry about it, you give it to God, you keep moving. It's when somebody keeps telling you that, oh, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. I'm like, did I tell you that I was worrying about it? Really?
Yeah.
It really looked like you were worrying about it. No. And that's why I always say, you're not God, and I could be thinking about so many things. I'm a thinker. I think a lot. I'm a thinker. And
I'm a deep thinker. I think constantly. I'm thinking
deep thoughts. And sometimes you could see my face, and my face will look so serious. It's not that I'm pissed off or anything. It's just that there's so much going through my mind right now, and I
can be funny. I have a good sense of humor, but I'm a deep thinker. I'm a deep thinker.
Hi, Miss Annette. Welcome. Yeah, and we're like, I don't mind. Ask me, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Now I will tell you what I'm thinking. But if you don't know what I'm thinking, don't tell me you know what you're thinking.
Right.
And,
I don't want to know what other people are thinking. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
And well, God didn't give me that power to want to know.
You were talking about, I was going to tell you this story. I have a family member that doesn't do well with finances. And every month, this person would come to me and they would want $40. Now, I don't know what $40 meant, but it was always 40. It was never 20. It was never 60. It was never 80. It was just 40. And I'm like, what is $40 going to make a difference? Now, this person wasn't on drugs. They wasn't on drugs or anything. They just didn't do well financially.
So what 40 for? That's I learned it on TV.
I don't know, but I would take that same $40. They'd always pay me back. I would take that same $40, put it in an envelope, stick it in a drawer in my bedroom, and every time they would ask for that $40, I'd give them that same $40 back. every month. I'd give him that same $40. And I told James, I said, what's with $40? I don't understand where the 40 comes in. I didn't get it. It was so
Well,
funny.
yeah, I didn't know anything about that $40. I was watching a TV series, and the woman and the guy, the daughter, grown ass daughter, said to the dad, "Oh, I need $40 to pay for something." And the dad said, $40. Say, yeah, and gave her the $40. So he knew the $40 was for drugs, but I don't know why he decided to give it. Maybe because she had a granddaughter he'd never seen before. So it was like, oh yeah, yeah, take it. Maybe it was gonna buy something for the daughter, but $40. He was back at office thinking about it. So he sent one of his co-worker to go pay his daughter a visit, and just to have a sense of what.
Yeah.
So guess what? He went over there, came back. He said, "Oh yeah, I saw your daughter. She's fine. She's okay. She's doing well. Yeah. She was at AA and everything. Yeah, she's doing fine." Well, anyway, before I left, she asked me for $40.
Oh yeah. She was asking everybody for $40, and it was
$40. And the guy was like, she asked you for $40. I gave her $40 this morning. So I gave her $40 this morning. He said, yeah. She said she needed the money for something. And it was like, okay. And he knew straight away it was drugs, and had to go get, rehab, to go get her into rehab and take her granddaughter off her. His granddaughter off her, and everything. So that's why I know about that $40 being like for drugs.
This person that was asking me for the $40 every month, when this person ran out of money, I knew she wasn't on any kind of drugs, and I kept thinking, well, is somebody she knows on drugs and she's just trying to help them out? I mean, what is the deal? I never figured it out, but eventually she quit asking me for the $40, and I think there's probably an envelope back there in my bedroom that has $40.
$40, just in case she comes.
Yeah, just in case she needs $40. It was a running joke between James and myself, trying to figure out what day this person was going to ask for the $40. Do you think this person's going to ask on Thursday or Friday or whatever? It was funny.
Like, oh yeah, we need $40. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it was funny. But I think we all have family members like that are extended family. You can choose your friends, but you can choose your family.
Yes.
You have them. You're born into that circle, and you can't control it. So if you can't control it, number one, there's no reason to be ashamed of it. There's no reason to think it's a reflection of who you are. It's not where you came from. It's where you're going.
Yeah.
That's the difference, But when you're a young person, like in your 20s or whatever, you don't see that. You don't see, because you have a tendency to kind of be ashamed of some of your family members, if they don't quite meet up to the standard that you think they should have. And now I look back and think, why did I ever think that? These people are the most loving, kind, true to themselves.
You're going around. I said, and Tony said it would be $60 now.
Yeah, I'll have to go put another 20 in there. I'll have to add a 20 to it.
Hi, Joyce.
Hey, Joyce.
You do have to add $20.
Well, let me ask this question, since we're talking about black sheep. Everybody confessed that they were the black sheep. But do they think of somebody else in their family as the black sheep? I mean, do they think like, oh my gosh, they're the black sheep? You know what I'm talking about? Which I've never really thought about it, because I allow my family to be who they are. You know what I'm saying? I just say, either I'm going to be around them or I'm not. If they cause me stress and drama, I don't mean that I don't love them. It just means I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to deal with it. I mean, I sleep with James and I'm not dealing with it from him. So, I mean, why am I going to deal with it from somebody else?
Hi, Missy. Mwah. Welcome in. And she said I forgot what day it was. Yeah, my sister is the black sheep. I'm the gray sheep.
NJ is still trying to be the gray. He's floating on he's
Yeah,
riding the fence.
yeah. She said she's still the gray, and her sister is the black sheep.
Uh, she's gonna ride the fence. She's gonna hadn't decided what she is. She's gonna just keep going. She's gonna take a side when it's time. But I would say stay neutral in most cases. Stay neutral. Because they'll turn you into being the bad guy before it's over with if you don't stay neutral.
Yeah. Jetta said, my sister feels she is, but she is.
I love her from a distance. Yeah, you have to look. That is so funny because Jetta, I completely understand what you're talking about. But there's some people that you have to love from a distance.
From a distance, yes.
You have to, because if you get close, it is nothing good's going to come from it. I'm going to tell you that, because they just have a way about them, and you can look at it as a gift or a curse. You know, whatever it is they have, that your demons fight with their demons, or their demons fight with everybody else in the family. But they just have something. But here's what I don't like for people to say. Oh, don't worry about it. That's just the way they are. Especially when you know they're not telling the truth. Some of my family members allow another family member to sit down in front of them, carry on a conversation, knowing that they're lying the whole time they're talking. And instead of saying, wait, that's not true. That you're not telling the truth. They'll sit there and listen to it, take it all in. They'll get up and walk away, and they'll look at each other and go, that was all a lie. And I'm like, well, why didn't you say something?
Say something, yeah.
And they'll say, oh, that's just the way she is. That's just the way she is. Like, not around me, it's not. Because if she talks about me like she talked about that person and it wasn't the truth, I'm going to have a problem with that, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm a confronter. I mean, I'll go right to you and say, come here. Have a seat. I heard you said this. We got to get this out in the open, you know, get it fixed or whatever. Because I'm going to tell you what I said about you, and I'm going to tell you the truth about it.
Yeah. And that's what I always say. There is a reason that when people come, if somebody say, oh, I heard you said something about me, I was like, hold up. So what did they actually say? And then, you know, it takes my brain forever to remember. And then I said, let me tell you, there is a reason why I said it. There's always a reason why people say certain things. It could be to defend you, or it could be to say, yes, that is the way that you are, and that's the way that you behave. So there's a reason why people say certain things, you know. But I will not like be here and just bash you from here to thy kingdom come and whatever, without even knowing or trying to take side. I won't take side. You know, I would like to hear what you got to say, and I like to hear what the other person got to say. You know, if I can make peace for both of you, then I will make peace. If I can't, then I will just pray that you guys are able to. But sometimes it's good to leave well alone.
Well, I'm this way. I know the person to tell. If I want something repeated, I know exactly the person to go to. And I'm going to only tell you what I want you to know, that you can go back and tell. Because I want you to go back and tell it. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even understand what's being done. I'm over here saying, okay, I'm going to tell them this because I know they're going to run back. And it won't be 15 minutes after they've left my house. Somebody's calling. Because they couldn't even last 15 minutes. They've already called somebody.
Yeah. Claudette said, oh, me too. They stir the pot just to sit back and smell like a rose. I
don't like pot stirrers.
I do
not like pot stirrers.
I do not like people like that at all. So it's just, ugh. No. I want nothing to do with people like that. I don't even bother just opening my mouth to tell them anything because, yeah. And if I do open my mouth to tell you something, I'm like, don't fool me. I know what I said. So, sometimes it's happened before when I said something. And for me, I joke a lot, and I could say something jokingly and I could open up and, I could say like even on a live. I know people are not used to my sense of humor. I have a British sense of humor. And to be honest, Americans don't have the best sense of humor, to be honest. That's why they don't like watching some of the comedies, because they don't understand the British comedy. A lot
Oh,
of
I love British comedy. I love it.
yeah, some people don't understand the British sense of humor, and
Are you
I
being
like to
served?
make jokes and stuff like that. But not everybody, people get offended sometimes with the kind of joke that I make. So, when people, if you tell me, oh, I'm offended and stuff like that, I'll back off. I will back off, and I will not do that joke. I wouldn't say make a joke or whatever. But the thing is that I noticed the American jokes and the British jokes, they're so different. And when you try to put them together, some people will take it, they will understand it. Some people will see as, they're being offended by the joke, and I've had to apologize a few times. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I meant it as a joke, but I offended you, sorry. I'm very quick to apologize, because I do
Mhm.
not like, I don't like the drama, because I don't do well with it. If somebody stopped talking to me, I could go to bed, start thinking like, oh, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Did I say something bad? And it will just keep at me till, So I just tend to make peace there and there and just keep it moving. Like, hey, did I say
Well,
something to offend you? If I said I'm sorry, oh, I didn't mean it this way, this is how I meant it, and just keep it moving.
the
Now
way I
it's up to
feel,
them if they want to accept it or not. If they
right.
want to accept it, that's fine. If they don't accept it, that's up to them. For me, I've apologized and I'm moving on, because I'm like, let me tell you, when I hit 50 6 years ago, it was like, life is too short now. I've hit 50.
Yeah, you may
I'm
have
moving
20
on.
more years. Yeah.
I'm moving on. Okay, so if it was way before then, I'll be like, this time it's like, I don't give a
Well,
shit.
the way I feel about offended, I'm not easily offended at all, because I feel like
Oh, you
you have to value somebody's opinion in order to be offended. So it doesn't matter what you say about me. If I know it's not true, then why do I care what you say? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So I don't it takes a lot to offend me, you know?
Yeah, most of the time it's them who have the issue. Yeah. And it's their personality too. There's a reason I named my company Jenny. Jenny! Jenny Snow Dog. And
Well,
stress free.
read read Jedit. He said, right when she starts talking crazy to my mother and father, I will hurt her feelings. Oh, you're mad. Well, I'm gonna give you a
A
reason to be
reason to
mad.
be mad.
That is
I
so funny.
know.
That is so funny.
Yeah. I guess that's why she is the black sheep in their family.
There's a
Oh
reason I know. Tiki Chihuahua charm stress the tiki. Oh.
yeah. Jimmy's not- Hi, Regina. Welcome in.
Susanna just came in. Hey,
Hi,
Susanna.
Susanna. Mwah. I
We're
hope
talking
you're
about
hope
the
you're
black
doing
sheep.
well. Yeah, we're talking about the black sheep in the family, because people mistake that for what it's supposed to actually mean, and it just means
I wore it with a badge of honor. I was like, oh yeah, I'm good. I should have got a shirt that said, yeah, I'm the black sheep, you know? And I really didn't even know the meaning of it until I looked it up, and it means the one that is a disgrace, but I don't look at myself as the
as
one
a
that's the disgrace
disgrace.
of the
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
I mean, I didn't get, pregnant by four different men like my mom
Or
did. I
pregnant.
wasn't married 5 times and divorced, but
But that's
that's
not a
four.
disgrace. I don't understand why people are gonna think because you were married a few times, It just means that okay, there's certain things the family I don't agree with. That
Oh, I
it's
don't judge them for it.
it's
I mean,
just
I'm fine
human
with it.
nature. Most of the time it's just human nature. Sometimes we can, get married to the wrong person, and
Yeah,
certain
I
things
agree totally.
and yeah, and be like, this marriage is not for me. So it's best to get out of it now than stay. Let me tell you, I wish I got out of my pretty early when I saw the signs. Like, I saw the sign. and, so it's like I saw the sign, and if I had to get out of it early, I would have got out early, like probably 1 year into it.
And
But
sometimes you just grow apart.
I
You
just thought
just
it will go better. It will get better. And that's what I thought. I thought it will get better, you know. So that's why. And it will get better, turn into 10 years, turn into being on my own for 8 years because it didn't get better, And that, so right, for me at this moment, it's like I have to make sure that before I settle down or say I'm gonna marry somebody, I have to make sure I don't make those same mistakes that I made before. I don't want to make that mistake because I'm telling you, I wouldn't even give 1 minute down, say I'm married, and 1 minute. And no, I have to make sure before I even say I do, if I do tend to get married again, that I'm not going to go through what I went through before.
But Ella, don't you think that you're a totally different person than you were back then you are now? Don't you think that you're not even
Yes.
the same person?
Yeah, I think, for me, I think I am because it's given me 8 years to be single, and say if once I go into another relationship, what I've experienced in this relationship, I'm gonna try not to bring it into the other. I'm gonna try, like, okay, assess the situation and find out, am I the one that was wrong here? If I'm not the one that is wrong, then I need to speak up instead of being quiet, you know and I have to give a chance, and not just make my decision there and then. I have to say, okay, give it another chance. Now, how many chances am I going to give it? That remains to be seen yet. You know, I have to be, but I'm telling you, I'm being really better because the stuff I used to do, when I was married, oh my goodness, because it was my first marriage. I didn't know how, nobody taught me. I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, I got married a few weeks before I turned 40. I've been living on my own since I was freaking 16, you know, and I was doing stuff on my own since I was 16. So getting married and then somebody trying to tell you what to do, or not tell me what to do. I know how to do what I'm doing, that I've been doing. Don't take offense because you feel that you're a man, and being a man, you can do it. I can do it because I've been doing it for myself before you turned up.
Right.
So that's another thing that kind of like offended him, was like, okay, yeah, you're not on your own anymore. You're with me now. And he used to tell me all that kind of stuff. But then
Hmm.
it's like, okay, but there's certain things I wanted to get done. If it's not getting done that way, then you're not letting me do it. You want to take control of it. I'm like, you're not gonna take control of my life that way. Tell And it was because of him I don't have a car today. It's because of him I don't drive here today. And people say, well, you've left 8 years, so you should still go get your license and all that. That was because when I wanted to get my own car, it was like, oh, you don't need a car. I'll take you anywhere you want to go. So yeah, I got
That should have been a sign right there.
yeah, well, I got dependent. Like, okay, yeah, he's gonna take me. Well, when I got here, it was hard for me to drive on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah, that had to be difficult to learn to understand.
Yeah,
Because
it
I would
was.
feel the same way
You
if
know,
I went over there. I would feel
yes,
the same way.
yeah, it was hard for me to learn how to drive on the. I was driving because if we're gonna go out and he's gonna, like, if we had to rent a car when we were moving from the apartment to the place we bought. He had to drive the truck and I had to drive the car. Now I was like, dang. I sat in the car for a while. I was like, gosh. how am I gonna drive on the wrong side of the road? You know,
Because your brain has to adjust to
my
that.
brain had to adjust, and it took a while. So when somebody said to you, "Oh, you don't need to buy your own car," you know, I'll take you anywhere you want to go, and he did. He did take me everywhere I wanted to go, even drive out of town to take me to my events when I was doing outdoor, indoor events. Yeah, he made himself available. That's the what he promised. So when we got separated, it was like, "Oh, you need to get a car." We're like, whose fault is that I don't have a car right now? you know?
Well, the way, like, where you come from and where you are now and where I am in my life, I pick and choose my battles. The
Yes.
things that I used to get upset about and want to argue and be mad about and all that, I'm like, why did I ever get upset about that? Now I'm at the age where, is this worth it? Is this worth me even? I just pick and choose what I think that I'm willing to give up 5-10 minutes of my life that I'm never going to get back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's why, I've learned, like I said, it's like I'm learning, like, okay, say what you got to say and walk away. Say what you got to say, walk out, go cool down somewhere, just, or just be quiet, go get other stuff, occupy your mind, just be quiet about it, and that's what I try to do now, which is what I've kind of learned, because it's like, there's so many things I did wrong, and that my mom wasn't there to teach me anything when I got married. And there's so
Yeah,
many
you
things
learned
I
it
did
on your own.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody, because back then there's a tradition where when you, as a young child, when you're getting married, that you got your elders there. From where I come from, you got the elders that will come, they will advise you what to do in a marriage, how to look after your husband and what to do. Nobody taught me all that. I just learned, I didn't go to no school to learn about it. Oh no, did I have my mom to tell me, hey, you're gonna get married now, this is what you should do for your husband and this is what you should do in marriage. I didn't know. I just learned on the go. And yeah, did that affect me, my marriage? In a way, I will say yes.
I'm sure it
um
did.
Yes, it did. It played a big role in it. So now I'm kind of learning, like, if I want to be married again, what would I want to do that to make sure I didn't act the way I acted, in that first marriage.
And
I
see,
have to.
what I didn't understand in growing up, you never knew what kind of mood that my mother was going to be in. So you had to walk on eggshells most of the time. And I always wondered how you could wake up in a bad mood. I mean, you've slept for 8 to 10 hours. Do you not feel rested? I mean, how can you wake up and just start being ill to everybody?
Yeah,
I never
because guess
understood
what?
that.
They never forgave themselves. That's why I always say to myself, it's like, don't go to bed mad.
Yeah,
Because
I
you
believe
wouldn't
that.
sleep. Yes, you won't sleep well, and you will get up freaking mad. You know, and that's one thing. Like my ex, he never wanted to. It's like I wanted to talk about it and keep it moving. But he never gave me the chance. So I would go to bed mad, and I would not be able to sleep because he's sleeping peacefully, and I'm just restless, and I can't sleep because it never gave me a chance for me to say what I gotta say. So yeah, when I get up, I'm angry in the morning when I get up, and he just walk around like he never did anything to
Yeah,
offend me.
that's what gets me is when you act like you didn't do something.
Yes,
That's when I'm
like,
gonna get on you like white on rice.
yeah,
Don't
like
stand
you
there like
walking
you didn't
around
do
like you didn't
anything.
offend me when you know fully well that you did offend me. So yeah, that used to just piss me off. So I always try to make sure when I go to bed, I pray and ask God just to forgive me, ask God to I say, Lord, please, anybody that I've offended, please let them have the heart to forgive me. And those that offend me, I forgive them. Because if I don't do that, I won't have a good sleep. Susanna say, I'm the black sheep for sure.
Mhm.
I am too modern for my sister. They're too old
They're
fashioned.
old fashioned.
I speak the truth and they take it as being difficult. You can't please everybody. I'm
Yes,
telling
some
you.
people just can't handle the truth. And I would rather the truth, even if it hurts.
Hmm.
I would rather you tell me, and us have an open, honest discussion instead of you lie. I don't want you lying to me.
Yeah. Miss Annette said, yes, speak up and never sweep under the rug. Yes. Just speak up. Say
Because
what you gotta
resentment
say.
sets in then. Resentment's going to set in.
Yes. And that's the thing though. It's like when I and this is what I don't like. When people know that they actually have offended you and they don't apologize and just apologizing, that's why I said I'm quick to say sorry if I offend somebody, because I want to make sure I give them that peace of mind, also that rest of mind, so that when they move on with what they're doing, they can have a peace of mind. They don't have anything like, oh, this person offended me, and
Right.
for
Something they
me,
can hold on to. Yeah.
yeah, that they can hold on to. For me, and I'm not apologizing so that they can't hold on to it. I just want to keep the peace. But for me, when somebody offends me and don't say sorry, that pisses me off.
Oh, gosh.
It pissed me off. Like, and don't expect that you come back to me and talk to me like you didn't know you offended me. I don't really like that. So for me, I will just keep quiet. I will go on and do my stuff. But the thing is that by the time I go to bed, I just give it to God. And this is the thing, I give it to God. I wake up as a new person on the next day, and that's it. And then if I notice the person still acting like, oh, and they try to remind me, and that's when I bring it back and I will say, oh yeah, I saw the way you acted yesterday or so, but I'll just keep it moving, because you know what, I made peace with myself because I prayed about it. And so
Right.
that's what I do. Yeah. Yeah. I become harder about stuff over time of being hurt and yes,
You do.
it
You start
you just
having resentment.
yeah, you just get hardened and harden your heart, that at the end of the day, sometimes when you look at stuff, you just I don't know how to describe it. That's how I just feel, you know. I know, right, Angie? I've never understand that either. Thanks, Regina. I appreciate it. Yeah. Jimmy Snowdog said, I woke up in a bad mood. That is,
1960.
you gotta get back into that time
I love
machine
that humor. I
and
love
come
that humor. And then the
you
next
got
comment,
Susanna said, Ella, that's when you hit them with the pillow over there. I told Susanna that, yeah.
or hold the pillow over their head and just hold it there.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I have changed because, you know, when somebody talks to me with disrespect or know that they said something wrong and trying to change it and make you feel like you did something wrong, and they don't apologize for stuff like that, oh my goodness,
Oh yeah.
that hurts to my bone. And especially if you do it in public and you talk, and I used to say, don't talk to me like that. And the thing is,
Right.
like, guess what, I will wait for you to go to bed, and then 3 o'clock, that's it,
We're up.
I'm up. No, I will wake you up, because once I get up that 3 o'clock, I will yank that pillow from underneath your head and I will whoop your head with that pillow. And I did that.
And it's on. It is on.
He said he was gonna call the police. I said, go ahead, go call the police. What are you gonna
I
say?
want you to. I
Yeah.
want them to
Go
come.
call the police. Missy said, I clearly heard this wrong. Who slept for 8 hours?
Sleeps 8 to 10 hours. I definitely don't. I'll sleep a couple hours, wake up, sleep 3 more, wake up. So I don't sleep a whole 5 hours at all.
I just can't sleep. My body's not used to that. I went to boarding school, so it's like already had a time to get up. But even though I'm tired, I know I have to get up because I got things to do. So I'm always up. I have to get stuff
I'm
to
an
do.
early riser.
Yeah,
Early.
I get up. I have to. I start work at 8 o'clock. So 7:30, I gotta. No matter what time I go to bed, I gotta get up. If I have the opportunity to stay another hour in bed, I will do it. But once I'm up, I'm up. I just can't stay in bed lying down all day. You know, I just can't do it because I just feel that there's something to do with my business or something I got to do for the job, or I got to clean house. You
Oh, I
know,
can see that with
yeah,
what
it's
you
like
do. I
the
can
trash
see that.
don't take itself out. You
Oh,
know,
it
you got to
don't?
clean. Yeah, you got to clean. You know, the house don't clean itself, so you got to clean it. You know, there's so many things that you could do. So yeah, I don't sleep 8 to 10 hours. I don't know how to. Never. Don't lie or rip me off. Yes, don't lie or rip me off. Dolls, Dolly. Hi, Dolls. Welcome in. Dolls is from the coin community. Probably
Was it
find
just
her a lot
cookies?
on Jeff's channel.
I wanted
Oh,
chocolate chip. Oh,
yeah.
that sounds
I
good. Chocolate chip sounds good.
don't like chocolate chips. I don't like chocolate chips. I don't like chocolate chips cookies. Nah, they just
I
taste
like the
bitter.
soft kind. I don't like the hard chocolate chip. I like the soft.
They taste bitter to me. Yeah, they do. They taste bitter. My grandma gave me good advice. Never ever tell anyone things they can throw back in your face because people will. That is so true.
You
I
got to
have
be
told
careful.
people stuff and they have thrown it back at my face, you know, and that ends the relationship for me. You know, I had a very good friend, it was a good friend of mine, and she not only she actually saw what happened in my marriage. She saw stuff that happened in my marriage. And one day she was talking and we were talking about stuff and we were arguing about this stuff, and all of a sudden she just threw that at my face, you know. And I said to her, I said, Carolyn, I said, how dare you? I said, I tell you something or you heard it because you were in here. I said, I don't, it doesn't really matter that me and this guy that's my husband, we're not getting along and you were there, you happen to see it. Because I'm the kind of person is like, I don't know how to fake getting along with somebody when we have visitors. I
Yeah.
don't know. If
If
my
I'm
husband,
mad at
when he
you, I'm mad
offends,
at you when we have company.
yeah, when we have company, when he offends me and I'm pissed off that day, when we have company, don't come sit next to me and put your arm around me like me and you
Oh,
having a
no.
good old day. No, I don't like it. And she happened to be in the room. She saw all that because I don't do that. That is fake. You don't, me and you don't talk. We've had an argument, we don't talk, and then because you're talking to other people now, you want to make it look like me and you are in, you know.
Yeah, hunky dory. Yeah.
Yeah, no. And I'm like, take your hands off me, you know. And I've been looking at it. So she happened to be there and saw what happened. And then guess what? She threw it back at my face one day. And I said to her, nah, we don't do
Bye
that.
bye.
Yeah. So me and her, we don't talk. We don't talk at all.
And also the ones that go back and immediately, when you're not friends anymore, start telling everybody what you shared with them. I don't like that either. I feel like it's your story to tell. And why should I, even if I'm friends with somebody and we're no longer friends, I'm
Mm.
not going to tell what they told me. I'm
Yeah,
not
she
going to
did. She
share
did
that.
that. She went as far. She did that to my very best friend that comes to the chat one day. So she said to me, "I'm looking for insurance." I said, "I know the very person that can do insurance for you." You know, and she was looking for health insurance. So this girl, she sells health insurance, and that's how we became friends. And she wanted me to work part-time for her because she loved my accent and everything. She wanted me to work part-time for her and stuff like that. So I was close to her, and I said, oh, Carol, she does insurance, let me get her to talk to you. So I gave her phone number. I said, hey, Carol, I found somebody that wants to buy insurance, so call her. She's my very good friend. Actually, she's my best friend. We've been friends for years. I knew her off Facebook, and so I'm like, we've been best friends forever. I said, here, call her, give her a quote, something like that. So she called her and said, so you and Ella are friends? Oh, Ella knew, I knew Ella a long time ago. She is my friend. And she started to spill stuff to her. My friend said she was just listening, and when she finished, she called me. She said, "Ella, that girl ain't your friend." I was like, "What? What?" She said she's just been here. Instead of selling me insurance, she's just going on and on about you, your husband, and everything. So
And
I
see,
said,
that's
okay.
your story to tell. It wasn't her story to tell.
So I said, you know what? Don't worry. I said, I'll call you back. So I called Carol and I said, Carolyn, I said, you call my friend Brandy. Did you sell her insurance? Oh yeah, we were good. I said, no. You started to tell her my business. It's not that she doesn't know my business because I don't have stuff to hide. I said, the point that pissed me off is that because what you're telling her, she already knows. But the thing that shocked her is that she met you for the first time and you just spilled your gut to her. You don't even know this lady at all. I introduced her to you so you can sell her insurance. But instead of selling her insurance, you decide to sell her my business.
And who else is she told?
So
You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
like, you're talking to her about my own business. I said, you know what? Good luck to you. We're not gonna be friends. One, the first time you threw whatever happened between me and my husband and my face, and now you're telling my friend my business. I said, I don't care if you tell her my business, but the thing is that you don't even know her.
Right.
You don't know her. If you've known her, all of us are friends together, and we talk and we sit down and I have the same conversation with you guys. That would be different. But you don't even know her. So why would you meeting somebody for the first time because they said, oh, they're Ella's friend? You decided that you were going to open the chapter of Ella and keep telling her from chapter 1 to 5 Ella's business.
I don't
So,
like that.
yeah.
I don't
But
like
it's
that at
not
all.
fair for other people if we'll never say what pisses us off. Yeah, let them know then and have the opportunity to change it. If they don't, then it's time to move on. So true, Susanna. Very true. Call the popo. Yeah, call the police. Yeah. It hurts your bones to stay in bed. I'm telling you. You'll just
Oh, it
lie.
hurts mine. I can't stay in bed.
No.
But if we called our police here in my little community, you would get Barney Fife and the one bullet. I mean, it's bad. We got a Barney Fife Mayberry Police Department.
Mm. Yeah, she was never my friend in the first place. You're so right. Yeah, I don't have anything to hide. That's why when I go on the talk shows, I've been on Susanna. Susanna was like, Ella, is there something? I said, you can ask me any kind of question.
That's what I told her about me. You can
I've been
ask
on
me.
so many shows on YouTube, and I always say in the beginning, I have nothing to hide. Ask me any question you want to ask me. I don't have nothing to hide. I will tell you. I'm an open book. I always tell people that I'm an open book because people can learn from your story. I have a story to tell. If somebody's gonna learn from it, they're gonna learn from it. Take away whatever you want to take, apply to your life, and that is why I always tell my story.
Right.
I
You don't
didn't
know how somebody's going to take it. They
yeah,
might learn.
they might learn something. I've talked about me being abused. I've talked about my relationship with my husband, how it went from bad to worse, and because it did go from bad to worse. Wasn't just like good from day one. From day one it was good. A couple of days it was like, what the heck? Why am I here? I've talked about my education, my family. I've talked about everything.
And I'm like this: if I did it, and you asked me, did I do it? If I something in my life, I'm gonna say, yeah, but I got past it, or I'm still going through it, or I didn't. But get ready for the answer, because if you're gonna ask me a question and then you're gonna get mad because I'm not giving you what you thought you were gonna hear, especially about my political views or my religious views. If you want to ask me about those things, I'm going to lay it out there to you, but don't get mad when it doesn't agree with yours.
Yeah. Hi, Winnie. Welcome,
hey,
welcome.
Christina.
Welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, it's just like, don't get mad. Don't get mad at all.
I mean, you asked the question. I'm going to answer it the way that I want to answer it. I'm not going to answer it according to what you want me to say.
Yeah.
That's why I don't talk politics with anyone. I do not talk religious beliefs. Now, people know I'm a Christian and that my belief in that way, but I will not get in a discussion with why they believe this and why I believe that unless they're mature enough to be able to handle me saying something, because I'm mature enough. If you want to disagree with me, disagree. I don't care.
Yeah. I know someone who will sleep all day until I wake them up and still fall asleep, not even 20 minutes later.
Well, they better get checked for narcolepsy.
That probably must be her son. It must be her son. Oh my
God. Is he a teenager? Because teenagers have to have extra sleep when they're
growing, especially when they're growing. Yep, they're just growing. But I don't understand how an adult can go to bed and just sleep all the way through. I just don't get it. I just can't. I can't do it. I mean, I just can't sleep like that. I can't sleep like that. I can't stand people who want to know all about you. They talk smack, but you want to know about them and they climb up. Yeah.
That's because they have something to hide.
Yeah, I got somebody like that. I know somebody like that in England. Okay. It's that you're talking, but when it comes to they like, and you see what's happening in their life, but they're not saying anything. They're like, oh, so how's it going? Like, oh yeah, it's okay. It's going good. What do you mean?
I would be saying, are you writing a book? I mean, why are you wanting to know all this information about
business? But then guess what? It was like, when it comes to your business, you don't want to say nothing. You don't want to, It's like, what? You want? So you just wanted to hear me and don't want to talk about you? Oh, my. And I can't stand people who want to know. Yeah. Yes, I've never read comments on YouTube or Facebook because somebody always disagree with your personal. Yeah, you know what? Everybody, your belief is your belief. My belief is mine. I can actually say what I believe. I'm not saying that you should believe me, but just give me the respect to say that is what I believe. If you want to believe what you believe, then that's fine. That's you. For me, respect me and I respect your belief, Oh, guess I didn't realize I was that fascinated to you. I know. No, it was someone who I was dating, not the son. It upset me. I know.
Oh, no, that would upset me too. That would upset me too. I would say, get your.
Oh, darling, that is so funny. He said he's someone who I was dating.
Yeah, that would upset me. Point taken.
You wake them up and they still go back to sleep. Like, get up.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's so funny, dolls. Absolutely, Angie. Just because views are not it's okay. Adults can learn to agree and to disagree. Yeah, we're all grown ass people. We can learn to agree and disagree. I don't even fight back or argue. I just delete the comment. It's kind of sad. Yeah,
Yeah, some people can't handle it.
Yeah, delete, keep it moving. Yeah. I you know what? If there's a negative comment on my, I don't see negative comments on my comments anyway, unless I missed it because I haven't had time. Like last month, I didn't have time to do the giveaway. That's why I did about 7 giveaways last Thursday because I didn't have the time to go through and put people's name that left comment, because during that time I take the time to read the comments, so touch wood, except only one. I think there was only one bad comment I had, which had nothing to do with the live. Somebody that I don't even know came and then wrote something bad on one of my live, the comments after the live. They wrote something there which had nothing to do with the live. So I just wrote back to this person before I deleted the comment. I'm like, keep your personal shit to yourself. I don't want to know. Don't write it on my. Don't write it.
Right.
Yeah, keep your personal shit to yourself. It has nothing to do with me, so don't write it. So yeah.
I think people that comment or come in as as a person that starts drama or they comment something negative on your video, how sad of a life do you have to worry about me being on YouTube and you got to comment something negative? How sad
Yeah.
is that?
They want to know about you, not them, so they can talk smack. Yeah, they want to know about. I mean, it's like, hey, you want to know about me? Just ask me. I'll tell you. And then I don't know who you're gonna talk to because they're gonna turn around and like, yeah, Ella Saveherfirst. Yeah, she says it all the time. If you listen to her show, she always has something to say about herself. So there's
Well, I
nothing.
feel like I'm giving somebody else a rest. If they're talking about me, I'm like, okay, well, they're letting somebody else rest.
Yeah, you're important. So they're talking about you because if you're not here, they won't talk about you in the first place. So yeah, you're important, and so that is why they're talking about you. But I will not just let it bother me. Don't let it bother you at all. Just keep it moving. But then if you say something nasty, oh yeah, I'll let that one bother me. I won't lie. I am human.
Right. Well, there's things that's off limit for me. My children, that crosses the line.
Mm,
James, I don't want you talking about him. You can talk about me all day long, and I'm good with it because I know me.
mm.
But if you talk about my children or James, and now I have grandchildren,
Yeah.
then that's a whole different ball game because
Yeah.
we're fixing to get it. We're fixing to come to an understanding quickly.
Like I said, there's gonna be some furniture ranging around here.
Yeah, yeah. There's gonna be something moving.
Yeah,
You
something
can ask
moving.
James. I've been married to him 36 years, and he knows just how much to say about one of our children when they were teenagers. Going through that teenage stage in their early 20s. He knew just enough to say that he wasn't on the hot seat because he knew that if he talked about one of them, it was on.
I know. Plus that I tried making friends with a few on YouTube. All I get was yelled out for everything I said. You know what? I won't even just. You know what? That's their loss. At the end of the day, that is their loss, and I just keep it moving. Just forget about them. Just keep it moving. You know what? Uh And that's why I stay away. I don't have friends. My ex used to say to me, "Why don't you make friends, with the neighbors?" I said, "Why? Why would I want to make friends with the neighbors? So I can sit down and do what? Chit chat and gossip about what?
I don't have a
Because
lot of friends either.
I'm like, they're not gonna want to talk about what I want to talk about, which will probably be politics. It will have to be technology. It
Religion,
will have to be
spiritual beliefs.
business. I won't talk about religion because I don't talk religion. I talk Christianity.
Well, if they're my friend, I don't mind talking about that with them.
Yeah, so I'm like that for me it's just gonna be hard. So I don't really know. So that's what I for me. But when with people on YouTube, I am not going to say, oh, I'm gonna go to bed and I won't have a good night's sleep. Please.
Oh no,
Have a good night's sleep.
I don't do that. No.
Yeah. I love it when somebody asks me if I am mad at them and I say they're not that important.
I'm gonna remember that one. I'm gonna remember that. Oh, Sugar, you're not that important. You're way down on the list. You're not even in the top 5, love.
I like that
You're
one,
way down.
Susanna.
You're not even in the top 5. We got to, don't worry about it. We're good.
I don't worry about it. You're not that important.
I like that.
Yeah, you know what? It's none of their business. You can tell as much as you can tell, and if you don't want to tell your business, then keep it moving. If people want to get you, ask them why. Why do you want to know what business?
Always, if you don't want to answer a question, always come back with why do you want to know?
Yeah.
Turn it back around on them. If they ask you a question you don't want to answer.
This is so funny. On Jeff's channel the other day, there was this show, I don't know, Shelby or Shelly, I don't understand, I don't know her name, who she is, kept asking her Jeff that, are you still at Miss Ella's house or Ella's house or something like that, so I don't understand why the person want to know, whether they're around the corner, if they want to come pay a visit. I don't know. And then the other day, she asked the same question. She don't come into the chat and say hello. She come into the chat and ask Jeff. So I couldn't remember what Jeff said. I only when I noticed it when he called the name again and I looked at it, the same question. And then Pearl said, "Oh, she's a 14-year-old." And then I thought to myself, what does a 14-year-old want to
Yeah,
know?
why? Why do they want to know that?
A grown-ass man and a grown-ass woman. What is their business of a 14-year-old? And
I would have
actually,
never thought about that at 14.
yeah. And you know what? I said, let me go take a look. Because Pearl put in a chat, and she's 14. She's a young girl. So I went to look. Yeah, she's a young girl. 14. I'm like, what business is of yours asking a grown-ass man that type of question? I'm like,
She may have a crush on him, though. She may have a crush on him.
So I was surprised. I was like, oh my goodness, yeah, she is 14. She's about, yeah, Shelby or whatever. Goes yeah, and I never know. It's like she must like Jeff. Jeff got that voice of his that people fall for. So I guess it must be, but she is 14. I was like, yeah. So the reason I brought it up is like, mind your business. We're on YouTube here. I don't have to tell you all my business.
Right, and you find out she's 14.
And then I find out she's 14. And Jeff decided to say something, which I didn't quite get what he was saying, to her, because I said, hey, somebody asked you a question in the chat. Did you answer them? He's like, no, I saw it and I just moved on. I was like, oh, okay. And then the same person the following day or so asked the same question. So he said something, but I didn't catch what he said to her because I had the TV on. I had somebody else on that I was watching on YouTube. So I didn't quite catch what he said. And then I saw Pearl right in the chat. She's only 14. And I was like, let me go check. Yeah, she was 14. I was like, what do a 14-year-old want to know?
But you know, some people are brave enough to ask anything. And I'm the type of person, I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to wait for you. If you want me to know, you will tell me. But some people will just come out and ask you about your relationship, about your sex life, and I'm like, no, that's not appropriate. We don't even go down that road. Don't ask, or about your finances, or about, just being nosy.
Hi, Majestic. Welcome. He addressed it. Miss Annette said he addressed it well, Ella. I didn't even hear what he said, so he addressed it. I think he had to address it because the girl asked again, so I wasn't listening because, like I said, I just saw it in the chat, but I had somebody else. He was there doing his live. I had the TV on, and I multitask a lot. So I was doing, what was I doing? I would think I was doing invoicing as well. And I was watching another chat, and I had his channel on. So yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, who's this nosy girl? Why she want to know if Jeff was still here?
Read Pearl's question. Her statement.
So I was raised not to be nosy. If they don't tell, don't I?
That's the way I feel. But she was talking about, she was wondering why that girl was in the reseller community being that young.
Yeah, in my opinion, is why was she hanging around in the reseller community? Yeah, it looked like she's been in the reseller community, and also now she's in the coin community. So she does get around,
But 14, no, you would think she would be hanging around the chats where there were young teenagers, like.
Yeah, but actually, where are her parents?
Right.
Where are her parents? If you at 14 have a YouTube channel, I want to know what channel you go into, because it would tell on the history there, the channel that she goes to, why you in these reseller community, you can't buy anything. You're not allowed to bid until you're 18. So why are you there? And then why do you go to the coin community? So yeah. And entering free giveaways and stuff like that. It's like, yeah. So yeah.
This has been a good chat.
Yeah, Regina says some people are so nosy. Yes. I usually give a very vivid details and a great story when they ask loud enough for anyone to hear and watch them blush. I learned that way well from my truck driver mother.
Oh,
Oh
that's a good answer. That's good.
yeah. Yes. I understand she may want to learn about things, maybe. Okay, yeah, but if she wants to learn about things, what has that got to do with, hey, Jeff, are you still at Ella's place? I mean, why
She
she
needs to
want
learn that from her parents and her
yeah.
community
Why
over
does she
there.
want to know that? If she wants to know about coins, then say, hey, I'm really interested in knowing about coins so that when I get big or when I go out and I find a coin, I know whether it's silver. No, you're not trying to learn about that. You want to know if somebody is in my house. Sometimes I'm wrong and I'm sorry for that. Sometimes you take things the wrong way.
Yes,
People
that's
just
true.
maybe she really is not 14. She just put it up on her YouTube page. Well,
Oh, now
have you seen her live?
Susanna's putting that in our head now. Thank you, Susanna.
Susanna, if you seen her live, she goes live. If you see her live, you see her. She is 14. If you go there and you see her live, because I went in there because I didn't know. I've seen her in other chat, but I didn't know she was 14. You know, I didn't
Can
know
you
she was
set your
14.
chat for adults only?
I think you can. I think there should be a way that you can do that. I think so many parents don't watch their children. Yeah, many parents do not watch their children. I'm not talking to people like she's grown up. Yeah, she's there talking to people like she's freaking grown up. Yeah, be very careful. Should have told her to go to get out of adult. Yeah, but now he knows that because back then we didn't know she was 14. I didn't know she was 14 until Pearl said she was 14. You didn't know that because the profile is not a profile picture. It's some profile picture of something. So even looking at people could put their baby picture and still be
Right,
old as
right.
ass, and you don't even know. You know. I had a coworker ask me how much my mortgage was. I'm like, do you
I
want to
would have
pay
said, why are you going to pay it?
it? That's what I would say. Excuse me.
I said, yeah, are you going to pay my mortgage, love? If you're going to start paying it, I'll be glad to send you to the bank and tell you what bank it is, all that stuff.
Yeah. Like, yeah, why do you want to know? That's not why do you want to know what my mortgage is? I mean, really? And it's not like oh, there's a house next door that looks like mine. Like, yeah, I could tell you. But at the time where I bought my for and the house next door, it could be different. You know, even though it looks
Right,
alike, it's different. So why ask me what I'm paying for my mortgage? Yeah,
right,
I would say, yeah. Do you want to pay it? Now will be, and I'll probably do it in a sarcastic way, kind of.
right.
You
Yeah,
know,
I would too.
yeah, like, yeah. Do you want to pay? Let me know because, man,
I'll
ironically,
send you to the
you know,
bank
I
or
do it.
online or wherever you want to go to pay it. You just call and pay it.
Yeah. Oh, I never knew really. She could be. She could be. It could be a setup. Well, it's listed as not for children, but they can still go into adults channel. Oh.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how that worked. I didn't know how that worked.
I say, good to know. I will block her if she comes into my channel. Yeah, I don't know what her last name is, but I know it's Shelby. Well, I don't know what her last name is. I forgot. Yeah, a lot of people ask how old she is, and she tells people she's 14. Yeah, I've been to her channel. Yeah.
Wait, she's even
And she
gone
has
into
even gone to
Johnny's
Johnny's
bingo.
bingo game. Yeah, and yeah. And you know what with Johnny? Once new people come in, Johnny has the time to like click the three dots that takes you to their channel to see who you are. Before Johnny rents you. Johnny is very careful. He's like, before I do anything, give you a blue wrench or whatever, I need to go find out who you are. So, and he'd be like, oh, am I even following you? Let me go check. And I think when Johnny went, he just knew that, oh, it was a young girl, you know. Any silver cookies today? Asking for a friend. Silver will be on Jeff's channel tonight at 10, and you might find some cookies there, dolls. So damn it, what do you pay for your mortgage? Yeah, yeah.
Some people can ask anything. They'll ask anything.
You're not ashamed. Like, yeah, how much do you pay for your mortgage? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
how much do you pay for yours?
Yeah.
They're like, I was like, oh, so that's how much you pay for yours. Okay, good on you. Good to know. I'm like, good to know. So how much you pay on yours again? Why? You want to pay it?
Yeah.
Oh,
You can pay it.
Yeah, you want to pay it? I will let you know if you're ready. If you're gonna pay it, I'll just let you know. Take you to the bank. You can go pay it. Don't ask me.
Now I'm going to be looking for this Shelby because she said on Johnny she wasn't old enough to play bingo. Okay.
But she's in there though, asking grown ass people questions. Yeah, Miss Annette said funny. Maybe she wants to move next door to Jeff.
Read Susanna's comment. Something is bothering me.
I was told by two people that I didn't need to auction because they think I live a comfortable life. I was so upset people don't know about your personal life. But what?
If you had $1 trillion and you wanted to auction something off, what difference does it make?
Yeah. It's like you feel comfortable doing what you're doing. It's just like somebody when they win the lotto and you say you won $1 million. Are you gonna still be working at this place? Some people say yes, some people say no, you know. So what business is it of this if they feel that you're living a comfortable life? Maybe you're living a comfortable life, and I probably like you got some stuff that you feel that, you know what, I don't really need it, somebody else will need it, I'll let it go for a buck or two. Yeah,
that is so. See, people are just
stupid. Why they ask that kind of question? I don't get it. It's like, get the hell out of here. Yeah, Susanna. Yeah, tell them to go kiss ass. Kiss rock.
Yes. Kiss old Rose is what we say.
Yeah, right. Like, why do you want to know how many bedrooms I have? You want to move it?
Yeah. You want one of the bedrooms?
Tell me how much of it you want to pay. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I love these answers for the mortgage stuff. Is it Shelby or I think it's Shelby? I think it's the first one, Miss Annette. Not Shelby. Yeah, it's the first one. And I don't know I'm trying to think the last name. Maybe it might be Johnston or something. I don't know, but I'm telling you, she probably show up on Jeff's channel again. More or less, you can tell the difference between maturity. With Ask Me Anything. Yeah, Nanette. Mwah. She could be 14. Let's face it. If they are very immature, I don't know. I don't
like mean. Though, so I'm gone. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were being mean.
I don't know. Sorry, Nanette. I didn't know that. Yeah, she could be 14, but at the end of the day, she's 14 because it's not could be. I actually went to her channel and she is 14. And it don't mean because she's 14 that you're going to come and ask a grown-up question. No. When I was growing up, even at 16 and even at freaking 21, I don't talk where my parents are talking.
Right. And plus we had to leave the room. We couldn't be around the adults.
We had to leave the room. No, we don't sit down there and like, because if we're there waiting like this, waiting, and they're talking, we're doing this. My parents would look at us. Everybody would turn and look at you like,
are you still here? What are you doing here?
Can I help you?
Yeah.
And then you remember you're listening on a conversation you're not supposed to be listening, and get your ass out of there. So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna apologize for she's not like she could be 14. She is 14. She said she's 14. But don't go into people's chat and ask them grown up ask question like, oh, you're still living with Miss Ella? What business of that is yours for a freaking
Right.
14-year-old?
Even if an adult would have asked that. I
Yeah.
mean, even if an adult would have asked that, why do you want to ask that?
Yeah. It's no business.
See, my response would have been, wait, are you sleeping with either one of us? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Are you in this relationship?
At the end of the day, I'm a grown-ass woman. So I can do whatever I want. I wouldn't have a 14-year-old come and question whether, oh, why is Jeff still at your place? What business is it of you, 12, 14-year-old girl? None of your
Right.
business. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, made you leave auctioning for a long time? Wow.
No, I'm glad you're back though. Damn, Jeff set me up and he said ask for cookies and silvers from Ella. Just kidding.
We don't mind. That was funny.
My mom is live. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was questioning about why don't I buy from certain people? Why doesn't that yeah, what's that matter if you don't buy from certain people? You don't
Well,
have to buy. Yeah.
it's like telling somebody, some people like to shop at Walmart. Some people like to shop at Target. Some people like to shop at wholesale places. I mean, put it in real world perspective, like you're going out to shop. Everybody don't like the same auctions.
Yeah. And there's a reason why people don't shop at certain places. I went to Target today, all because I went to Michael's and Target seemed to be next door. This is the reason I gave Jeff why I don't like to go to Target. It's freezing cold. As soon as you step through those doors, it's freezing cold. I'm like, why would I step through a doorway and I'm not even in the freezer section. I can understand it if the freaking freezer section area is freaking cold, because it gotta be cold because of what is in the freezer section. But why would I be in a Home Goods and I'm freezing cold?
Right.
It's always like that I don't know about any other Target, but it's freaking Target down here, it's like that.
It's like you can't even think.
Yeah, it's like I get in and I'm having a headache all of a sudden because that cold hit my head, and I want to get out of the store. So the only reason I got there is that when we did shopping, we forgot to pick up milk. So we got here and like, dang, we forgot milk. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to Michael's in the morning. Michael's is next door to Target. So that's the reason I don't like going to Target, because it's freaking cold as soon as I get through the door, So that's my reason I don't like to go to Target. So everybody got different places. You might not want to shop at Walmart because Walmart, you're looking for assistance. You can hardly find assistance. And when you get assistance, guess what? The freaking assistant at Walmart don't even know jack shit you're saying.
Right.
Hey, what aisle is, can I find fruit corn or whatever? I don't know. You can go that way and it could be there, or they're going to tell you bluntly, I'm sorry, I don't know. But when I go to Publix, if I say, hey, I'm looking for this spice, I can't find it. Let me tell you, if the guy was putting stuff on the shelf, he will leave it and he will tell me where it is and he will take me there.
Take you over there, yes.
That's why people like to shop at Walmart, at Publix, than shop at Walmart. So there's a difference. I go into people's auction. I don't buy. I just like to go there, see what they're selling, but it doesn't mean I will have to buy from them. I don't have to buy from them. You know? So if somebody question me and say, why is it you go to this person's auction and you don't buy anything? Excuse me. Are you the one paying me?
Right.
You give me money for me to
buy? Yeah.
So if you want me to buy from that auction, maybe you want to PayPal me. I can give you my cash app and you can cash app me some freaking money. And I can
go over there and purchase something. Yeah.
So yeah. There's always a way you're gonna say something to somebody like, oh, why don't I? I'm like, well, maybe because I'm not really into the stuff they sell. I don't know. Or maybe it's priced too high when I know I can go to Saveherfirst and buy it for cheap.
Right. I mean, there's just certain auctions that I'm going to go to because, number one, I like the person that's selling. Number two, I like the items they have. And number three, I like the chat. And if
Yeah.
if those 3 things aren't in other auctions, I don't like it, so I don't go.
Yeah, I don't anymore, she said. Well, hell, I want to know if I ever get an invite to dinner. That's all. Miss Annette, you're welcome anytime. You can come down for dinner. No, it's not her. No, it's not her. Oh, now I feel bad. I'm not trying to talk about her. No, Pearl.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't think we were saying anything.
anything bad? Yeah, we were not saying
We've
anything bad. We're
already
just
warned
saying,
that this is adult
yeah,
conversation.
it does say there in the chat. You know what? If you can't stand the heat in the kitchen in the chat, you can leave. That's
And
it.
that's fine. We can agree to disagree. That's fine.
Yeah, don't have to agree. Yeah. Didn't say anything bad about a 14-year-old. Just say that, mind your business. Mind your business. That's all.
Well, you're comparing apples to oranges when you're comparing a 14-year-old to an adult.
Mm.
So you're not even on the same playing field. You know what I'm saying? You're not even playing with the same rules.
Yeah.
They have a set, adults have a set. She hadn't even reached the set of adult rules yet.
Mm. Yeah. So you and a 14-year-old, you go in a grown-ass man's channel and keep asking the man every time you go in there. You don't even say hi to everybody. You keep going in there and you say, "Are you still at Miss Ella? Are you still at Miss Ella? Or you at Ella's Saveherfirst? Are you still at Saveherfirst?" Like, why do you want to know? So yeah, she's not being asked.
Exactly.
That's not for. Yeah, she should not be asking questions. That's not anybody's business anyway. When it's very clear, anyway, that's crossing boundaries. Yeah,
That's a good point, Amethyst. That's a good point. The
It's
next
like you
comment.
don't walk into somebody's house, open the refrigerator, and that is rude. Yeah.
Unless you're going to clean it out. If you're going to clean my refrigerator out, go.
Yeah, unless you're gonna be cleaning it out. Yeah. Because could you imagine that same 14-year-old girl can go on into your chat or be in a chat and talk about you when you find out that why is this young girl in my business?
And see, we're having an adult conversation on this chat. What if she walked into this chat? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're not supposed to be here. Hi, Vintage. Mwah.
There's the other Angie.
Yes.
Victoria kept calling her Angie the other day.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a crap ton of money to keep buying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the same thing too. There's a lot of things I bought and I couldn't flip beside. Yeah, there's stuff I bought and I bought sometimes to support channels. It's not that I really need the stuff and I donate it, Well, I'm going to make dinner. I hope everyone has a beautiful Sunday night. Yeah, we're going to be.
We're going to have to be shutting her down here in a minute too.
Yeah, we're going to pass our time, but thank you. Amethyst, good to see you. Somebody came to my auction. I don't care if they buy or not. If they're not buying, then they are still showing support. Yes. Channel. Yeah. If you're not buying, come in there, respect the people and whatever there, so which is pretty cool. If you come to you come to somebody's channel and you're gonna get into people's business, it's like it doesn't have anything to do with the auction. Yeah, come here and ask me that question. But when I'm doing an auction, if you're not buying anything, then keep quiet and don't say nothing. Instead of just like coming in and asking grown-ass questions that, even like you said, it's none of nobody's business,
Remember, if y'all have a question or topic that y'all want us to ask or bring up in the chat, email Ella or email me, and it's my emails in my about page, and we'll talk about it. You know, so just we'll get around to it one day.
Yeah, we all love to show support. That's why we go from channel to channel. But I'm not gonna go in somebody's channel and ask a personal question. It's your business. I don't have to ask the.
Is that Crafty Sonberg's daughter, the majestic?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
she is. That's crap. Gonna get him in trouble too if she starts like. Oh, gosh. All right.
It's been fun.
Yes.
It's been fun. It's
It
been
has
real.
It is been real, and that's what we do here. We try to keep it real. We also say that in the chat that if you know you're not able to come in here and understand what we're talking about, we don't want to offend anybody, because this is what we talk about, everything and anything. If you're easily offended, then this is not the show for you. you know but we'll like you to come to the auction though, because
Yeah, and we're gonna love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So
yeah,
we're
in
not
the
mad.
auction, I talk in the auction, but then when we're here, we're keeping it real. We're keeping it real, and we're saying what we gotta say. We get stuff off our chest. If there's something you want to talk about, like Angie said, email us. My email is saveherefirst@gmail.com. Say, hey, because there's people that sometimes I've had like topics I don't want to talk about before we started this show. And I go to Johnny's, I text him, I say, hey, could you bring up this topic during your morning show? And yeah, so Johnny does that too. If you have something that you want to talk about and don't want to talk about it, you want somebody else to talk about it for you, yeah, we do it. Johnny, he does it on his morning show. Just say, hey, drop him an email. I want to talk about this topic. And if it's something to do with reselling, he will research it and he will let you know. Here we talk about life. We're not even just talking about reselling. We're talking about life, what happens to us. Because at the end of the day, after we come in and we sell it to you, we all have our own individual lives that affect us and our business.
Right.
So yeah, sometimes people want to know, how do you cope with that part of your life? As a reseller, how do you cope with that, your personal life? Because we all have personal life. If you don't want to talk about your personal life, that is fine.
Right.
My personal life does affect my business.
Right.
I get stressed, I get panic attack, anxiety, all those affect my life. People say, oh, Ella, where do you get your energy from? You're always upbeat and all that. I pray. I pray
Yeah.
before I come on my life, and I let God take control of it. People see me break down during my life.
Right.
I cried before on my
Yeah,
life.
but you're just real, Ella. That's what
Yes.
people love about you. You're just real. And Dial says you're creating a connection. It's more than just a seller. That's true.
Yeah. Yes. You're creating connection, because if I'm not real, if I don't let people see who I am, then I wouldn't have friends. I wouldn't have met you lovely people and invite you, because every day I invite you into my home. Right now you're in my home, you're in Angie's home. We invite people to come in, and that's how we get to know people. And that's how we exchange phone numbers, we exchange emails, and we go beyond. Some of us, we go beyond just chit chatting on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah, we meet meet their loved ones on YouTube. It's just like meeting. If you go sign up for eHarmony or Match It or whatever, YouTube, we meet people as well. So, and we connect with people, we fall in love with people. We do
Right.
it all, and that's because we try to be open with ourselves and we let people in. If we didn't let people in, people wouldn't know that, oh, this person has this side to them. So yeah. Anyway, guys.
Do you care if Crafty Songbird's daughter drops her mom's link?
Oh, no. You guys can drop link. You guys can drop your link. Let us know where you're gonna be. This is Tracy Cake's link. So she's already on. So if you want to go over there, go over there. Crafty Songbird, she's live. So if you want to go over there, yes, there's so many people gonna be live. Jeff is coming on today at later today, this evening at 10:30. So probably you might see Dolls Dolly there, and MJ Squirrel, and also the lovely Miss Net is gonna be on there on the channel. I can't wait, because she said she's gonna give Jeff some hell today. So
oh, is that she's gonna be on with him tonight?
No, she's gonna be in the live, but she's gonna give
Jeff.
Okay.
All right.
And
Love
then,
each and every one of y'all. We appreciate it.
yes. Thank you guys for coming in. Don't forget, tomorrow I'm gonna be live tomorrow at 12. I have a jewelry box to unbox, and I'm gonna be selling also from it. So it's a make me an offer. And don't forget, it's me, Angie. She's on Tuesdays,
Tuesdays at 10:30 Central,
11:30 Eastern.
Eastern. Right.
Susanna's on Wednesday. I can't wait to see who a guest will be on Wednesday. Wednesday morning show. Susanna is back.
I'm so
Yes.
glad.
And Dolls Dolly, you can mostly see her on Jeff's channel as well. And so with Konzi and NJ Squirrel as well. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys coming in, listening to us. Don't forget,
Keep it real out there. Keep it
you're out
real.
there. Yes. Until next time, guys. Peace. Bye, guys.